Yeah, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Top 4 podcast. My name is Peter. I'm an Arsenal fan. I like it. Whoa. I'm joined by Oscar, Chelsea fan.
La 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 la. Champions of the world, champions of the world. What's going on, boys and girls?
We did that already. Come on, man.
What do you
old
mean?
news now. It's old news now.
Nah, man. I went to the game on the weekend. We were chanting that for hours, man. It's in my head. Sorry.
Champions of the world. I'm joined by Robinho, fresh from Paris, Manchester United fan.
Man, I'm tired, but the show must go on. We move.
Show must go on.
This guy's moving like Vince McMahon.
So if I'm unresponsive today, forgive me, chat. It's been a long day.
And I'm joined by David, an Arsenal fan.
See, it's weekends like this here that confirms we're not getting top 4, bruv. It's just Man City were pagans. United decided to win. Wolves are bopping, man. It's like, fam, what go on, cuz?
David panicking. And we've got AD on the wing.
Big up GNA TV.
Shout out to GNA TV.
And let me, Arsenal fans are very disrespectful, guys. I don't understand. Don't worry, we'll get onto them later, bro. We'll get onto them later.
I think there's only one place we can start from this weekend's football because it's been action packed, and we're going to kick things off at the Etihad, where Manchester City 2, Tottenham Hotspur 3 was the final score. Did anybody see this coming?
Yeah, we predicted it. You predicted it last week, bro.
Who predicted it last week?
Peter, bro.
What did he say?
What did I say last week?
I don't know. You said, I won't be surprised this is the game City loses.
Do you know what it is? I'll tell you where that psyche came from. It was too easy to be true.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It was too easy to be true. On one hand, you have Manchester City, who've just come back from Lisbon, sending Man 5 away from home. Yeah, a 5-0 aggregate, 4-0 at half time to be precise. And then they're playing against a Tottenham Hotspur side who lost 3 in a row. And a part of me was like, my idea was that Pep's going to frigging ruin this, isn't he? He's going to come in here and all of a sudden he's going to wet the bed.
Peter.
However, I'll let you guys go first, but I have another thing on this game as to what happened.
Where was the DM, bro?
Wait, okay, guys, I didn't.
Who was in that midfield, bro? Because they were open, blood.
I didn't get to watch the game.
You missed a great game.
Yeah, I know. As I saw the goals going in, I was like, flipping heck, this looks like a classic. Who was the midfield for City and how did they perform? Like, you're saying no DM. What was the issue there?
You're on mute, David.
The game was on Saturday, yeah. So I was at work in it, so I didn't get to see it. From the highlights I've seen, bruh. I'm
looking at the team. It says Rodri played. What's the issue?
Rodri, I don't know where he was, mate. City were open. The first goal, yeah. I don't know who was playing right back. I don't know why he tries to play offside. This is Son, bruv. Like, fam,
the high line was unbelievable,
ridiculous, bro.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah, the high line was crazy. Like, Son don't exist.
Like, bro, man is fast, you know. Man decided, let me try play offside. Then he said, I've had a howler here. Man just squares it for the new signing. I'm not even going to bother trying to pronounce his name. Go 1-0, bro.
Lelewski.
Lola says, this game, I saw it. Spurs are City's bogey team. She knew. David is also talking about the counter-attacking done dirty for City. But every time I saw a clip of this game, they were on the halfway line and Son is running in behind. I said, what is going on? What is going on?
I was completely amazed at the high line. The high line was ridiculous. I mean, it was outrageous.
Lola's saying it was a fullback thing.
Yeah, all the goals they considered were from the wing, and then all the chances were coming from there. But mate, That middle was, from what I saw,
What Cancelo side, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
Because when the man in red doesn't defend well, it's news, isn't it?
Amy's coming with
I
that.
think it
Don't
was
do that.
I think it was a bit of both.
Don't do that.
Because I think the first goal comes from Kyle Walker's side as well. He's the right back.
Yeah, it's Carl Walker that got rinsed by Son for the first half. From what I saw.
I'm sure Carl is probably asking questions. Where's my centre halves? Where were they?
And Peter, bro, that whole back line was shocking, bro.
Was so high.
From the City fans that I spoke to on Sunday, they were telling me that Aymeric Laporte is the reason for this performance.
He did get a lot of criticism. I mean, they weren't at their strongest. You know what I'm saying? They definitely weren't. And I wonder if there was a bit of complacency heading into this game where they thought, it's Spurs, they're in rubbish form, we'll roll them over once we get there. By the way, we've just won 5 in Lisbon. You know what I'm saying? Their confidence was so high.
I think that was exactly the case, really. After going out to like pretty much being 5-0, you think, oh, league's done, Champions done, we can take it easy. And that mantra of this is Spurs was probably just on their mind. Like they can just beat them in ease. And I think Spurs, even though they were deserved winner, even didn't play that great, which was more concerning on City, because I think the complacency was too high on that matter. Way too high.
I wouldn't say they were careless, but I definitely think that there was a bit of if we can beat Sporting 5-0 away, we can beat Spurs at home. And I think that's,
But that is careless, though, isn't it? By nature.
But it's the case, isn't it? It's also the case. Like, I think it's both are true. Like, it can be careless thinking, but then it's like, they have good reason to think this. You catch my drift. My number one thing, the number one reason I think Spurs won this game. Yeah. Obviously, the defense, by the way, Conte set up that defense bloody good. Maybe because of how bad City's defense were, it made Conte's one look even better. But let me just say this, Tottenham fans. Do you know if I was a Spurs fan in that game, which I, God forbid, will never be a Spurs fan, but if I was,
God forbid.
Do you know how angry I would be at Harry Kane, especially after that night?
Well, let's talk about it. Just before you get into it, Boss Like Endo said he's the best striker in the world.
Guys, before you would go on, I've just dipped the first goal. You know how my man said it was Laporte's fault, The whole back line is all over the space. So you see the center circle,
Mm-hmm.
One center back's on one side, the other one where Son has run from is on one side. Kyle Walker, I don't know what he's doing. He's on the right wing. I don't know what he's doing. And bro, it is such a howler of a goal, bro. It is mad.
Is it a howler because they got caught? Because I think City do this a lot. They have a lot of possession in the opponent's half. So a lot of those players will be camped in there.
I feel like Liverpool do that too.
Yeah, but bro, it's still the ease. It's the ease that they get through. It's just mad.
It's knife through butter stuff, and that's why I think that's where I get to that point of like, Tottenham, or can I say Harry Kane? I'm putting all this blame on him. Harry Kane decided today I'm going to turn up, and this is the kind of Harry Kane most people are used to seeing, and most Tottenham fans are used to seeing at their football club. I was amazed because it looked like to me, Oscar, a dress rehearsal. Get me in the summer, and I'll show you what. Because he didn't play in the home game at the start of the season.
Because of that move,
because of that saga. This is a man who's went AWOL at his football club, and he's playing now, by the way, and has stunk the joint out all season. And then all of a sudden, he rocks up at the Etihad, and he's had the game of his life.
Can I ask a question though? Like, has Harry Kane stunk?
This
1,000%.
This season, yes.
Pre-Conte anyway.
He just turned it off. He just turned it off.
I just feel like he's just like he hasn't stunk. Like he hasn't been missing chances. He hasn't been. I don't know, man. I don't know.
The drive, Oscar. I saw a hungry Harry Kane on Saturday night, and I said, "Where have you been all year?"
You're right. I can't deny that.
You're right in that sense, Oscar.
For context,
one
Just
second,
for
one second,
that-
Robin. One
Yeah.
second, Robin. As you're saying, Oscar, like, has he really stunk? Has he missed chances? Has he had? He's not really done that. But I've never seen the man pick up that ball in midfield, drive forward, and then you look at the goals he scores. Right, he scored those goals every single week, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, and we did not see him even attempt to get in the penalty area like that this season. And this is a guy who turned off the switch. He said, "I don't want to be here." You know them ones. But if I turn it on, this is what it will look like. This is how I'm going to be. Oscar, he was phenomenal on Saturday, which angered me more. And I felt, not that I felt sorry for the Spurs fan, but I just felt like, how is he getting away with that? Because everybody talks about how brilliant he was. That was the story, was how magnificent Kane is. And somebody said they're best striker in the world. I listened to 5 Live on the way home, and every Tottenham caller, he's the best in the world. He's the best in the world. He's better than Lewandowski. He's better than XYZ.
Do you know what? Yeah, because if you ask me honestly, like obviously these past 4 or 5 months for Harry Kane have been stinky. Like he's just not been involved. He's not really done anything. But before that, if you asked me who the best striker in the world was, I would have said Harry Kane. I would have said Harry Kane over Lewandowski.
Oh, see, I wouldn't. I definitely would have gone Lewandowski because he does 40 a year. Do you know ones out of pure consistency? It's not just Harry Kane at all. By the way, Harry Kane is still phenomenal.
I'm 100% of the belief Harry Kane would do 40 a year in the Bundesliga.
I think Lewandowski would do what Kane does here in the Premier League too.
So where do we go from here?
So it is preference. No, we can barely argue it. You know what I'm saying? The difference is that Harry Kane wins nothing, and that's why he never really is in that conversation per se, except us who have that conversation and bring it to the table. Do you know them ones?
Well, let's just talk about this game quickly. I'm going to read out the stats that are in front of us here. 100% shot accuracy.
That includes the offside goal. It includes the offside goal as well.
38 touches. We're going to get onto touches a little bit later for centre forwards. 13 final third passes. 11 final third entries. 4 duels, 1. 3 touches in the opposition box. 3 shots on target. 2 chances created. 2 goals. And these are stats. We can read stats off for days. But when you watched him play, this man is dropping deep. He's collecting the ball in the midfield. He's spraying 30-yard passes through to Son. He's getting on the end of crosses and scoring headers. It was a real well-rounded performance. And it's the Harry Kane that, for me, like, when he's on this kind of form, I'm like, bro, like, people need to put respect on this guy's name. But the fact that he's been stinking out for 4 months, it makes me think, like,
Oscar, he down tools. Oscar, let's call it a spade a spade. He's a disgrace. He's actually a disgrace. he actually down tools. He did. First of all, he went AWOL in the summer, right? He didn't play for his football club. He didn't come to training. Then when he came back, how many goals has he got this season? What's he done this season?
7 goals. 7 goals this season.
You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at him like, who's who's this imposter?
Is there any like sort of, what's the word I'm looking for, sympathy for him, in the sense that he had a stinky start to the season because he thought he was going to Manchester City. Didn't happen. He's then been under Nuno, who was a horrible way to start your tenure as a manager, to have your best player want to leave. Then Nuno performed so poorly that he got sacked. Conte's come in. Since Conte's come in, performances have been there for Harry Kane individually. Not horrible, but yeah. And they've been losing games. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I can't. I can't back it. I'm trying to back it, but I can't.
I get your question. It's a fair question. Should we feel sorry for him? Look, it's difficult because Man City did come with 100-odd million, and Tottenham just kept saying no. And then there was this gentleman's agreement, and then XYZ and whatever else. You man, yeah. Whoever works a 9 to 5, or whoever works a job and is not happy at their job, your efforts drop 50% just when you wake up. You know the ones. You wake up, the alarm's gone off. This is long.
But you still turn up, though.
But that's what kept. Yeah, but and you give minimum effort to get the job done. You know the ones, and that's what Kane was doing. Kane has been stealing a living at Tottenham Hotspur for the last 6 months. You know the ones, because what we saw on Saturday night on the biggest stage Tottenham will have this year. You know what I'm saying? That's what he produced. And it's just like, hang on a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, I honestly, what I was surprised at is how happy Spurs fans were. Obviously, they beat Man City, blah, blah. But like, I watched this performance, Oscar, at the Emirates on TV. And I was like, hang on a minute. I was like, hang on a minute. I'm seeing a Kane who is running the game. What is going on? You know what I'm saying? Where have you been since? Because you weren't even there in the Euros. You know, you tried.
What's that kind says he scored against Liverpool and City. What was the goal against Liverpool? Was it a big deal?
The one, was it the 2-2?
It was the opener. What?
The thing, I mean, listen, boss, like, let's not pretend like we haven't got eyes to see and ears to hear. We watched this performance. We watched this performance on Saturday.
He scored like 7 goals all season. Like, we can't say that anymore.
It was stellar. I haven't seen him perform this well since, you know what I'm saying? What's so funny, even last year, you know how he got most goals and most assists? Nobody can really remember what game he actually banged. Do you know them ones? Maybe at Old Trafford when they went to Man United and won 6. But even then, it was just like it was a kamikaze over there.
Kane was the best player in the league last season. Fight me. Fight me. He was the best player in the league last season.
I'll go Ruben Diaz. I listen. Kane's stats, goals and stats. Kane's no, Oscar. Ruben Diaz won. He won them the league last year. He won them the league last year. When City were on the edge, of when it was really ropey for City, when they
why was it ropey,
bro? Come on.
And then they signed Diaz, and guess what? Shut down shop.
Don't say they signed Diaz and then
shut down shop.
Diaz was there when it was ropey.
Peter, the only horse in the race that year.
No, I'm not sure, because remember last December, City were ropey, guys. Are we forgetting?
Why?
What do you mean why?
Why were they ropey?
Diaz was in the defense.
Listen, I don't know why, but guess what? Did they not buy Diaz? When did they buy Diaz? Was it the year before?
No,
what season did they buy Diaz?
Last year was his first year.
Diaz not answering my question. Why were they ropey? Let me grab, because we're here now, and it's Manchester City, and we're here now. Yeah, I told you, man, on this podcast weeks ago, maybe even months ago. Yeah, the Centurions got 100 points. Yeah, the next season, 98 points. Yeah, Liverpool won the league the year after. Why? City fell off a cliff. It wasn't even a 2-horse race. Liverpool walked the league, dominated it. The next season, in January, Liverpool are top of the league. We all know why Liverpool fell off a cliff. The Van Dijk injury, the Henderson injury, all of these players got injured. Now, we're back again. And Man City have to go and get this title. Man City need to go 90 points for me personally. They need to. This is Pep's era. This is Pep's league. There was a couple of months ago, there was a debate on Twitter where Liverpool fans were trying to call it, this is the Klopp and Pep era, because Klopp's won leagues and Pep's won leagues. And people were telling them, no, it's not the Klopp and Pep era. This is the Pep era. Pep's dominated the league. So if you dare, Peter, if your boy Pep Guardiola dares to lose this league after being 9-10 points clear
Oscar,
in Janury, February,
Oscar,
there's questions that need to be asked. Big questions. And
I tell you what, Oscar, let me be very clear. You are 1,000% correct. But let me be very, very clear. Let me give you a spoiler in May. Let me give you because I gave you the spoiler in September. You didn't want to hear it. But I'll do it again. Just where are we? February? I'll do it again in February, just for the people at the back, in case they didn't hear me. Manchester City will win the league. They will be in the 90 points zone, and so will Liverpool. They'll both be in the 90 points zone come the end of the season. But guess what? Guardiola is going to win another league title without a striker. Okay, he's going to do it again.
Peter, I'll be real with you. That whole notion in my idea, in my mind, is a fallacy. Tell you why. Oscar hit the nail in the head. City won the league 100 points one year, 90 points another year. They won the league last season on 86 points. Reason why they were the only horse in the race. Like this whole revisionism. Oh, Pep came and he batted up the league with no striker. In a normal Liverpool season, that's not happening, bro. And I called it before the ink dried in August. I'm going to say it again. £100 million for Jack Grealish was a vanity move. Harry Kane showed you on Saturday why he would have sealed the league hands down for Manchester City this season. And the fact that there's a title race, the fact that Liverpool have a semblance of a chance is because they refuse to sign a striker.
No, I think as you made a great point for last season, right? They won it on 86, and Liverpool, we know why they weren't in the title race last year. But now the Liverpool players are here, and he's still on top of Liverpool. We can talk about the ifs and buts, 6 points this, game in hand this, we have to go to the Etihad that. Let's talk about what's actually at stake here. Let's talk about what's actually happening. Pep Guardiola is still top of the league. And I agree with you in terms of the narrative around the striker situation, in terms of how can he come up here and win leagues without striker. Last year, I think we can let that one slide. If he does it this year, I think we have to put ink to paper and say, okay, fair enough. He has duppied this.
But personally,
Do you know
like, the whole no striker thing, it means absolutely nothing to me. Like, it means nothing. I know people try to make it a thing. He chose to play with no striker. It wasn't like
he tried to buy one. He tried to buy one.
He
tried to buy one.
Peter, he chose to play with no number 9. Right?
I
was
agree.
his choice.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm not giving him extra credit. Like, he had 3 number 9s and he all got injured and he had to do it. You know what I mean?
No, but my argument there, Oscar, my argument there is that it means more to me because it's the fact that it's his choice.
It's more to you. I'm saying it doesn't mean anything to me. I'm saying it doesn't mean anything to me.
Well, for me, it's
just a way of playing. It's a way of playing.
Because he has a striker. He actually has a striker that he plays on the wing instead. But guess what, guys? The truth of the matter is this: he's top of the league, and he's top of the league by what? 6 points? Is it 6 points with Liverpool got a game in hand, right?
Peter, the league title as it stands is in Liverpool's hands. If Liverpool win all their games and score enough goals, they will be above Manchester City.
It's in both their hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
should have never been in Liverpool's hands.
Oscar.
Yeah, no facts. No, Peter, facts.
That's not
should have
true.
never been in Liverpool's hands.
We shouldn't be a title race right now, bro.
Listen, it should be a title race because Liverpool are still pound for pound amazing. We're saying that it shouldn't be because of what we got Liverpool last year. Let's be fair.
No, bro. No, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
This year's Liverpool is very, very good.
But City were 9 points clear, Pete. When Liverpool were 9 points clear of City, what was that year? The year you got 97 points.
18, 19.
How many points were you clear in January?
7.
7. And they let that slip.
So Oscar, hang on. You're talking about, okay, he can't let a 9-point lead slip. That's your case, yeah? He can't let it slip. But you're saying, why is there a title race? I'm sorry.
When you're 9 points clear in Jan, there's no title race.
I mean, then you're looking at it way too fickle here. We're in January and we're talking about 9 points. There's like still 10, 15 games to go. You know what I'm saying? And, especially this year of all years, you can excuse because there's so many teams on different level of games in terms of one's on 23 games, the other one's on 25, one's on 26. So even then, it doesn't even look like that close. Look, Liverpool have lost less games than Man City. Man City have won more games than Liverpool. It's quite a poised title race. Do you know what? All I said was City have won this league. I didn't say that they're the only horse in the race. I definitely said that Liverpool were in this race. But City are going to win the league come the end of it. Oscar, they're being a title race. Come on, we're in February, bro.
We're in a title race. Pete, we're in a title race. We weren't in one last month. And the thing is...
Oh, okay. Right, okay. I'm still saying... I'm still saying... What's it called? What's he saying? Peter, your boy Pep's looking shaky. Look, listen, you know what? Everybody knows, Pep can just decide. The thing with Pep, in it, such a he won't win the Champions League this year because of the antics, for example, that we're seeing, just because of what we saw on Saturday. You know the ones. I'm looking at Saturday where it was too easy to write for Man City this weekend.
I'm sorry, this is the Pep.
But also, I will say Kane decided to turn the switch on yesterday, Saturday, and we got a completely different Tottenham Hotspur. You know them ones.
Yeah, but it's Tottenham. It's everyone in this room has beaten Tottenham this season. This season, we've all beaten Tottenham. So
I mean, all of us, but yeah.
Well, Man United not beat Tottenham.
No, we didn't.
Oh, you didn't. Yeah, but that's coming. It's coming.
No, it's 2-2.
Liverpool haven't beaten Tottenham.
Wait, you drew? Hold tight, Liverpool. That man.
What? How many? Oscar, that's why you don't win the league. If you're drawing at Tottenham,
I feel that.
What happens if you lose at home to Tottenham then?
Pete, let me get into some. Let me get into some of these comments because people are talking. Taha says if City bottle this, Pep needs to be investigated for his false 8, false 9, no DM in CL, all of that. Facts. SW6 is saying he knows what time it is. His reaction to that last goal, he knows the fire is awaiting. He's got a fight now. He shouldn't have a fight because he should have swept away Tottenham. Boss Like Endo says, how is it in our hands? If we win tomorrow, we're 3 points off. Chill, man. You're 3 points off, but you also have City to play. So if you beat City, as you've done in the years when you win the league or do well in the league, then... What's
the goal difference like? Are you guys similar?
Liverpool are behind on goal difference.
Probably left 3 or 4 goals, isn't it?
If they win both, I guess if they win,
the assumption is that they win games, and if they win games,
So if they win 1-0 each game, they're level on goal difference.
C1 said Pep is sweating in the light. He's saying the head is he needs to get the handkerchief for the head.
Let me tell you, Oscar. Let me respond to that one. You guys don't learn. You guys are not learning. You wait and see now, because everybody's saying, "Oh Pep, oh Pep, oh Pep." Wait what he does for the next 5-6 games. Remember, I've said this. Yeah, wait for the next 5-6 games.
No, but Peter, my point is, right? You Liverpool were dead and buried, right? We drew we threw away a 2-goal lead away at Chelsea. We lost 1-0 away at Leicester, right? League done. Like everyone, well, I can't say everyone in the Spurs, me, but most people, league done, right? Since then, they've drew to Southampton. Not a great Southampton side.
No,
they've lost 3-2 to Spurs at home, bro.
But that's and those are the only drop points they're talking about.
No, but Pete, if any other manager was losing to Spurs at home, you'd be grilling them.
No, but Oscar, not if they're top of the league. Oscar, not if they're top of the league by 6 points. We're being reactionary. What I'm saying is, look, it's not good to be drawing against Southampton. In fact, he didn't beat Southampton this year, has he? He drew both games, or I think he lost one. And losing at home losing twice to Tottenham is farcical behavior, especially when you are Manchester City. He's not getting pardons from me. What I am saying, however, is that if you're pulling out just those 2 results in probably the last 15, was it their first defeat in how many games? Is it 11 or something like that? 11 or 12 games? Man City's first defeat, right? So I'm a bit like, okay,
neither team can afford it, though, bro.
Just because and that's fair enough, and that's very, very fair enough. But the thing is, City lose 1 game in 11, and we're here talking about why is there a title race? Why is there this? Guys, relax. Don't worry. Don't ask the City fans. They know. They're going to be just waiting for these Champions League games. That's all they're waiting for.
Can I ask a question, Robin? You're shaking your head. Which Saudi defense are you on? What are you thinking, mate?
I'm on the side of Peter. I think City have won the league. I do believe, however, that Pep has flopped this a little bit. It literally does depend if Liverpool don't make the same mistake that they made with Norwich, and we'll get onto that game in a bit. But there was a point where Liverpool were just not switched on. They have to be switched on. Every game is a final for Liverpool now, if they actually want to win this. Because 1 loss, and I think is it. That's what it gets. 1 loss, 1 draw, and it's game. But I do believe now more than ever there is a title race. I wasn't believing earlier.
Hang on, Oscar, and Adrian and David. Can I tell you something? In the last 20 football matches for Manchester City, they've drawn 2 and lost 1. They won the rest. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Why are we having a conversation about Pep flopping this? If he flops this, there's a title race on. Oh my God!
Peter, in that same vein,
listen to what I just said. In the last 20, he's won 17.
No, Peter. My point is that there's more pressure on Liverpool than actual Man City.
Completely.
Because Liverpool have to win. There's no.
Liverpool are chasing. Yeah, Liverpool are chasing. City's fine. They're home and dry.
That suits us better, bro.
That suits them.
Listen, City are home and dry, guys. Let's just pump the brakes.
And Peter, to your point about City, what winning 17 out of the last 20? Guess what, Peter? Liverpool have lost 2 games since last March.
All season, yeah. So, and fair enough, but
that's the level of the teams, bro. You can't afford to slip up against Tottenham Hotspur. When Spurs a striker, you should be playing for you.
But they didn't pay the money. That's all. They went.
So why didn't they buy a striker? But they bought Jack Grealish. Why?
They didn't want a striker. We have to pity them. They
didn't want a striker.
Maybe they're doing what Liverpool did when they wanted Van Dijk. It's not a case of
Kane was who they wanted, bro.
Exactly, but Tottenham didn't let him go. So if Kane ends up at City in the summer, because by the way, that can still happen. Okay, Pep might look at,
It will.
Yeah, so if Kane goes to City in the summer, then it's like what Liverpool did with Van Dijk. It was like, I want him. Southampton said no, and then they came again and got him. You know the ones.
So it could cost them a league, bro. That's the point.
No, it definitely could. Don't get me wrong. It definitely could. But what I'm saying is, it's not like City have been slacking. We're talking about a City side who drew. The question you said was, how is there a title race when Liverpool were dead and buried a month ago? And I'm saying, by the way, I'm just saying they've won 17 in 20. They drew 1 game. And they lost 1 game in the last 3 weeks. In terms of their last draw came against Liverpool near the start of the season, whenever that was. Right? Come on. Like City have been doing their job, is what I'm saying. Liverpool, guess what Liverpool have done? Liverpool have turned the heat on. Because when people were saying that they were dead and buried, Liverpool have strung wins together. They're not losing games, but they were drawing quite a few. I can't remember how many games we've drawn this year.
Peter, this season, Liverpool, Manchester
drawn
City.
6 games, Liverpool, 6.
Yeah, but Man City have lost more games than Liverpool and Chelsea.
By 1 game, Oscar.
They've
City
lost
have
more.
Oscar. City have lost 3 games. Liverpool have lost 2. City have won 20. Liverpool have won 17.
No, you're
talking
about in the league. That man got slapped up in the League Cup too, man. Come on, man.
Egghead. Look at this egghead.
They held that Ben Rama pack, man. They held that Moisey pack.
Listen, that Moisey pack was loud. But I'm saying this is the Premier League.
Okay, Lola says City's defense, in my opinion, is similar to Liverpool. They can get broke on. It's just that City tend to always have the ball, and so defense is more of a midfield. Abdi gives us the big up. Abdi gives us the point. He's here because Man United have won. Shout out you, bro. By the way, Liverpool have never won a 2-horse race. Adrian, do you feel like there's anything in that? When you won the league, it was a clear run, just like you similarly said with Manchester City.
Disagree. Completely disagree. Because in 18-19, when the pressure was on, we won our last 8 games in a row.
Did you win the league?
No, but unfortunately, but you won your last 8 games in a row, so you done all you could do.
Yeah,
so
but the comment says Liverpool have never won a 2-horse race. So you're telling me about a 2-horse race that you lost? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, because it's not an issue about mentality. It's not an issue about quality. It's because at the end of the day, all you have to do is handle your business. Liverpool handled their business. Unfortunately, so did City that year. We lost the league by a point.
So do you feel like if Liverpool handle their business this season, they will be Premier League champions?
Well, yeah.
I saw a comment from you last week. I know you weren't on the pod, but you were watching, and you commented, if Liverpool don't win the league, we've bottled it. Can you explain your thoughts about that?
Wow.
Absolutely. Because for me, either team have had a shambles if they don't win the league this year. Reason why. We knew the gauntlet coming into the season. We know how precious every single point is. We threw away a 2-goal lead against Chelsea. Unfortunately, Alisson's been great this season, but Alisson mistake against Spurs. We went up twice in a 3-3 game against Brentford. We were 2-0 up against Brighton at home. We missed a penalty at 0-0 against Leicester and ended up losing the game. Those are 5 games I've named you. That's about 10 points there. Liverpool should have on top of what we've got here. So, in my opinion, we have bottled the league, but those are winning positions wherein the game was in our hands and we've let it go. For me, like the whole narrative of Liverpool bottling 18-19 is ridiculous in my opinion. Because fact of the matter is, we fought, we slugged, we tried to crawl over the line. Ultimately, we wasn't good enough. We got 97 points. And as I said, we won our last 8 or 9 games in a row. Crunch time. There was no funny results, no rickets, no slip-ups. Win from, I think, March onwards. So for me, for someone to say, Liverpool lost their only title race, well, yeah, we did. But there was nothing more we could have done.
Do you want to respond to Abdi's comment? He said, brother, you won your last 8 in a row because you had to make up for bottling a 7-point lead that you had on New Year's Day. Well, excuses I see.
I don't. Again, in my opinion, I don't see it as bottling because if you look at the game, we lost to the best. Well, that ended up being the best team in the country. We drew, I think, to West Ham. We drew to Everton, and I think there was like a Man United draw there, but we won every single game other than that. So in our last 18, so from our last 18 games, we probably won our last 14, winning 8 in a row. So in my opinion, like you're not gonna win every single game of football, bro. Like we dropped points in a 97-point winning season. At the time, that was the 3rd highest total in Premier League history. It's now the 4th because we went and we got 2 points extra the next season. So in my opinion, that whole idea that Liverpool bottled the league, no, it's ridiculous in my opinion. There were 2 teams fighting for a league title. Only one of them could win. City got 98 points. Liverpool got 97. It was a good fight.
Why is it then this year you're saying that it's not? You're saying it's bottle this year if they lost it to City?
Because of the scenario, the games.
But like, say for example, if both teams finished 93, 94 points, right? One, City's 94, Liverpool's 93. I mean, come on, it's not really a bottle, is it?
No, do you know why I say it is? Because look, I think like we drew against Leicester 1-1. I think there was a draw against West Ham 1-1. Everton historically we don't do well there. Those are games where, in my opinion, we couldn't get over the line. Lack of quality, lack of midfield ingenuity, whatever it was, we couldn't get over the line. This season, we had more than enough opportunities to win games that were good enough to win. Like, there's no excuse to throw away a 2-goal lead against Chelsea. No excuse to throw a 2-goal lead against Brighton. No excuse to draw 3-3 against Brentford when you go 2 goals up, when you take the lead twice. No excuse for Alisson to do what he does against Spurs. No excuse for Mo Salah to miss a penalty and for us not to score against Leicester. So that's why I think, this season it's a bottle, because we, in winning situations, we're throwing it away. We knew what the gauntlet was. We knew who our opposition was, and we threw it away. So that's why I say, in my opinion, this year's a bottle, but 18-19 isn't.
I think your two great teams are going to be fighting till the very death. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say one bottled it all over the other, because it's like winning league titles. Then it's a bit like, it's, I don't know. Then everything is a bottle. I know your good case you made for 18-19, but I'm a bit like, well, this looks kind of similar.
Yeah, I think more often than not, you want to be beaten by your rivals. You don't want to be your own undoing.
Okay,
so,
yeah. Right. Can I respond to Abdi's point? Because for me, I just think it's convenient agenda to say Liverpool bottled it, because when Sir Alex Ferguson lost 1-0 away at Wigan and drew 4-4 at home to Everton, nobody said United bottled the league that year. What was the narrative?
It, though.
They definitely
nobody said it though. What was the narrative? Fergie lost the league on goal difference. He went and he bought the best striker in the league the next year and won the league. So for me, it's selective hearing. It's selective.
That's a very good point.
It's not remembered as a bottle. Yeah, you're right.
But we definitely, I definitely remember it as a bottle.
Hey,
for sure.
Stephen Pienaar at Old Trafford, man, it was a bottle. It was a bottle.
I'll never forget it.
Bro, Yellow bitch, 4-4.
They were 4-2 up at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
They were 4-2 up,
and they lost the league on goal difference that year. But a team can win their last 8 games in a row. They can lose one game all season, but they bottled the league.
Yeah, Abdi's saying, look, we bottled it. We were 8 points clear in April. Before Ben, I can see your comments, bro. I'm going to come to you in a second. I just want to get Tenson's points in here because I believe he's a Liverpool fan. He said, we were playing twice a week without squad depth. No one to change the team. That was in 18-19.
Also, by the way, guys, do you want a little golden bit of context?
Yeah.
We also won the Champions League that year as well. But we bottled the league. What we've done was so unforgivable.
Yeah,
okay.
Man. No, you're making points. You're making points there. SW6 doesn't cases. I think they're all bottles. I think every one of them.
Listen,
City won 18 out of 19. But go on.
Listen, that's the thing. Both can be true, because it's one of them. If you had a point lead, then it's like, okay, it's yours to lose. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like, if you've won 18 in a row, it's like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, come on. What are we arguing here? It's a tough one.
Just on the point of City, and we're talking about City strikers, Ben Johnson said, I'm watching Brazilian football, and I think Joe from Corinthians would fit perfectly at Man City. He's very fast, cold-blooded. Have any of you guys watched this guy?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen it. That's a flashback to Joe, who used to play for City, if anything. That's the name I'm seeing. But big up Ben Johnson. Bro, I drove through a road called Ben Johnson Road.
City, United. I was a bit confused. I was like, huh?
Oh, he's staying for Man United. Sorry.
I don't know why I thought it.
I saw City
talking about
well.
City. I just assumed it was City. Yeah.
I haven't seen him, bro. You have to.
Joe for United. Yeah, I haven't watched him. I don't know who that guy is.
Does he exist?
I drove through a road called Ben Johnson Road today.
Taha says you all bottled it, so you can hold that and cry more. I guess this leads us on to Liverpool, right?
I mean, we're already knee deep in it. So,
we're here.
You beat Norwich City 3-1, Adrian. Comfortable victory, could you argue? Luis Diaz getting his first goal for the club. It looked like it took a while to come, but it looked like you guys were having that 3 points sealed anyway.
Our first half was absolute. I don't want to go as far as to say a disaster, but we lacked ideas, we lacked ingenuity. It was rancid. We almost needed to concede. We needed to concede because
you know what rancid is,
bro. The way it was horrid, the grotesque, the way that game was going, it didn't look like we were scoring in that. We could have played that game of football for a month. there was nothing. There was nothing really happening. And then obviously, like Norwich go ahead. I don't want to call it a free goal, but own goal,
Yeah,
whatever.
no. Yeah.
But one thing I realized in this game is the atmosphere at Anfield is generally really, really poor.
You think so? Yeah.
Because for the first hour, you could have played that game in a library. Genuinely, yeah. Go on.
As soon as you never walk in and finishes, like 9 times out of 10, it's just meh. Unless it's a European night, but that's the only difference.
Robin, it was a windy day on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? The country was hit with gale force winds. If you
We can't blame it. We can't blame it on wind now.
Well, bro. You say it was windy, but guess what? After an hour, it was complete and utter suffocation. I almost had to open my window because the press from Liverpool was relentless, and that crowd, it felt like a European night. And I think it was almost at that moment where light bulb switch hit, where the crowd understands that, you know what, at times every game is a cup final. At times, sometimes we're going to be the difference between whether or not our team wins or not, like we are many times in Europe. Because, bro, it was like the cop was sucking in the ball. Norwich, I don't even know the name of Norwich players. If it's Zimmerman, if it's Kenny McLean, whoever it was, they just didn't know what to do. It was bamboozling. So yeah, I agree. Generally speaking, Anfield is very, very meaty and it's very, very underwhelming. But what we need to do is in times like this, get behind the team. And man, if you're going Anfield and you don't want to scream, give me your ticket. I'll go up.
Do you know what? Yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from, and I do agree with you on most parts. I think as well, football's kind of changed. Back in the day, I think it used to be a case of fans would always give the team that extra buzz, that extra edge in any game. Doesn't matter who you were playing. I do think the tickets were cheaper then, and I do think it was harder to go to games then. Whereas now, it's a fortune. I mean, that game against Norwich might cost you $40, £50, who knows, right? And it's one of those, if I've paid my money, I want to see you entertain me, then I'll get behind you. And I can understand the way a fan would do that way. Sorry, Oscar, go on.
Yeah, no, I think I get what you're saying about the cost. The cost is high, but I think it's more the accessibility that's more of an issue when it comes to Premier League games. Like, it's so hard to get a ticket rather than it being expensive.
Isn't that the same thing, though?
Yeah, I think both are true.
Because I think they're different. I think, yeah, I guess.
The thing is,
I guess they are the same,
like I say,
but no,
when we pay our money, Sorry, go on, Oscar.
No, you're right, man. I think some people, obviously, not everyone goes to games wanting to cheer on the team. They go to be entertained. That's what happens when you support a big club, man. They will come as tourists.
But that's the thing. Teams, your team makes you up for it. You know them ones. If your team is all of a sudden, you say, for example, first 10, 15 minutes, you've got like 2 or 3 corners because you've been creating chances, the crowd get behind you quickly. Quickly, you realize, oh, holy smokes, these are on it today. And some games where you don't need any invitation, you're playing a derby, you're playing a fierce rival. You know, it's kicking off before it's kicked off, before the game started. People are kicking off in the concourses. So I think, Norwich at home on a Saturday at 3:00. I need Liverpool to do something for me. I've turned up. I've did my part. My part is I showed up. Now, can you do me something? Like, I get both parties. I get both sides.
I think home games have a very relaxed atmosphere. It's kid-friendly. It's family-friendly. You turn up to the game. Everyone's here. And you sit down, and it's let me be entertained by you. I went on the weekend to Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. We'll talk about the game later. But Chelsea had been in horrible form. We played horrible on the day. But the crowd was immense. We were up for it because the atmosphere is, we're cheering on Chelsea. That's what we're here for. Whereas I feel like at home games, people are there for a day out. Like, it's not really the same thing.
But that's away fans in general. Wouldn't you say that?
Yeah.
Away fans are the ones that are going to be always up for their
you're
team.
the inferior.
You're
coming to someone's perch. We need to make it loud. We're coming here to bark. You know them ones.
And the Palace fans, I was so disappointed by them because they're supposed to be one of the better crowds, and they were just a bit.
Was the Homesdale crowd not good? Yeah.
No, they were a bit ham sandwich. I can't lie. There was a bit
ham sandwich.
Yeah, it's a bit ham sandwich. Ben Johnson says, "Why don't you guys answer me?" We answered your question, bro. We did. I don't know if you weren't listening at that point, but we asked it.
Man dipped,
hey, Boss Like Endo said, "Oscar, I saw you on Lewis's vlog. You and me were mad." Hey, I haven't even watched his vlog. I need to watch that back.
Off his nut. Endo's everywhere,
Oscar
Yeah,
said things that
Endo's all over the internet. Endo's all over
Oscar-
the internet. No,
Oscar said things that he's going to regret, isn't he? He's going to
I
come
didn't-
here and apologize.
I didn't say or do anything. I didn't have a drop of alcohol on Saturday. Before the game anyway. Tenston said, Peter, if you are getting entertained, Peter, if you're getting entertained, then it will be like a City fan, quite dull atmosphere.
That's what Anfield was like. But
yeah.
no, but that's just to your point, because that's what Anfield was like for the first 50 minutes, 60 minutes.
And the thing is, City, let's be fair, for a City fan, they're now used to winning. You know, in 2012, however, that was a different case. Every game was like peak, and it was really, very on knife edge. But when you've won 4 or 5 titles in the last 6-7 years, it's a bit like, well, okay, who are you to come here?
Yeah, I kind of don't blame them, you know, because like even last season, their title parade was kind of empty, and I saw people laughing and ridiculing them. But I said to them, probably a bit bored now. Like it's like the 4th one in like however many years. Like
yeah. No, the thing is, don't make the mistake I made. I remember it when we went unbeaten. I thought, oh, this is piss. Like we do this every year. Like this is easy. We could do this every year. And then before you know it, it's your last title for 10, 15, 20 years. So drink it in is what I would say to all those fans that are winning. That's why you see me with the FA Cup. Oh my God, I have the biggest party of my life,
bro. I'm like now. I'm loving every moment of this Liverpool side. Every moment.
Drink that cup final this
just
weekend.
don't know.
Let me tell you right now, guys. Drink it in, Oscar. I know you're a world champion. I know you're a European champion. But the League Cup final, come what may, against Liverpool Football Club, big game. Oh, what I would do to be at Wembley. What I would do.
Because I'm going to that game. I should be so.
Yo, Oscar, that
Wi-Fi. That's not because I look at Liverpool's team.
Hold on, Oscar's got that Red Bull Wi-Fi.
Yeah, man, your Wi-Fi. Yeah, robot.
How many man?
Robot.
This guy's on 340. You know what I'm saying? This guy's on 340, boy. AP.
Oh my God.
You're back, Oscar. I think you're back anyway. Let's see. Move your eyes left and right. That's always the tester.
Yeah. That's good.
I don't understand. I could hear and see you guys clearly. Like I didn't understand what's going on. Everything.
It's like I'm calling long distance to Uganda, bro. I'm like, yo, what is going on here?
I don't remember what I was saying.
Sorry, bro. You were talking. You should be loving it this
AD.
weekend.
Yeah, no, I should be loving it. But I look at Liverpool's team. I look at how strong they are, how much good form they're on, how free scoring they are. I don't think we have a chance of beating them. I really don't. And I think this Liverpool team is something to be reckoned with. And I think they're going to go and give City a real go for the title.
Yeah, I think Liverpool win on Sunday or Saturday, whatever day it is. I think Liverpool do win the cup final.
Abdi, that's absolutely fine. You're damn right I'm loving it, because I've come from a time where my team wasn't even making Champions League football. I've come from a time where we did have a cat's in hell's chance of competing for the league, to the point where, guess what? We're genuinely one of the best teams in the world. We've got a world-class 11, a world-class manager. We've got a stadium that's getting developed year after year after year after year. And guess what? I can take solace in the fact that, you know what? Even though we may have not won the league no more, 1 year, 97 points is a bloody good achievement. Even though we never won the Champions League 1 year, getting to a final is a bloody good achievement. Even though, yeah, I lie. What's the word do you have?
Says Abdi, you got 0-5. You're talking about 2-7. You're
and also,
0-5.
And also, I can take context and say, look, the sorry state Jurgen Klopp found this team in, and the journey of the development and the journey of the improvement, it was fun, and I have enjoyed every moment of it.
Yeah. Abdi says Liverpool were literally Tottenham in red before 2018.
Exactly. So exactly. So why can't I now be over the moon that we're one of the best teams on the planet when we're Spurs and Reds?
Yeah, I think, man, people got people have to shape their view of football. Obviously, when you come into the game, if you come in supporting a team and they're winning every time, you can't settle for anything less. And I think that's where Man United fans have been with the standards thing. You know what I mean? They're like, no, we're a big club. I can't see my team out of the top 4. Whereas there's other fans who've obviously they've seen their teams rock bottom. So, you know, these Newcastle fans now that are gonna come if their club keeps climbing, bro, their energy and their mentality is different. Like same with the Man City fans. Bro,
They're gonna
they're
be
happy to be
arriving.
here, man. Football's about stories, man. It's about stories. So obviously, no matter where you fall into the game, no matter what team you support, there's always a journey of that thing. So sometimes it might be City fans. Like if you're a kid watching City win league after league after league, it's burning you that Champions League has not arrived. It's burning you. So everyone's got their own things.
And Oscar, just to piggyback off of your point as well, another thing that I take great pride in is the fact that Liverpool went from a time of having a man like Paul Konchesky and having a man like Albert Riera in their sides to a point where we had 7 Ballon d'Or winners nominees at once. Our centre back came second to the greatest player of all time. These are all little things to enjoy and take hold and behold.
Of course,
Absolutely.
man. Of course. Also, Luis Diaz debut goal.
Not debut goal.
Is it not debut goal?
He's played a few games though, hasn't he? Come on twice.
Oh, was he off the bench?
No, as in before. I think maybe his first start.
Did he start?
I think his first Anfield start, maybe.
Yeah, man, that's a full debut goal, man. Come on, guys, give it him.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a nice player. He's nice.
He's a player, man. He's a player. Like he's got, because even like I thought, this guy is a little bit lightweight, but he's very, very aggressive. So that kind of may sort of counterbalance it. But he's a player. Like even the run, the movement, the little dink, he gets it as well. He gets it. And I think Jurgen Klopp is doing little things to build up his tolerance, i.e. taking him off in the 88th minute so he can get a warm response. And then I big up Thiago. I never want to talk about Thiago's footballing ability. You see, like,
what a player.
It is there for it to be seen. But just little things that this guy does, like Diaz was coming off, he gives him a warm embrace, speaks to man in Spanish. And like, yeah, man, I'm happy, man. I'm feeling good.
Honestly, you must love it. Honestly, to have a player like that is like he just Thiago all day long. That feeling must be something else.
Yeah, word. And it's almost like, one of the best midfielders in the world wasn't the problem. You would have thought it, eh?
Ha. C1 London says the creativity through the middle is as dry as unseasoned chicken with cold water on top. Disgusting, man.
What Liverpool?
That's a bit mad.
What team are we talking about?
Yeah, I don't know who he's talking about.
I think he's talking about Liverpool.
But
it's one of them ones where I think, listen, when you got Thiago, and then you got the likes of Fabinho in there in that midfield, you got Hendo as well. I mean, there's some good players in that midfield.
He was talking about Chelsea.
Oh.
Which I agree. Which I 100% agree. And then obviously Bosak Hendo is saying, look, AD, I can't lie, Thiago has won me over. He's elite.
How long did it take you?
Remember last season, Endo was dissing Thiago. Remember?
Yeah, I know, but his Barca career, his Bayern career. I mean, come on.
No, God
lose that.
God bless him. God bless him. He's come round. Like Thiago's been good for Liverpool for a year now. Like he's been exceptional for. Obviously, like he's had his injuries and whatnot.
It's just availability, isn't it?
That's his availability. Like, when he's playing for Liverpool next to Fabinho, we're at our best.
Oh, what a pair! What a pair! Oscar, can we move things on? Unless AD, you got any last comments on the Liverpool?
Let's kick it off somewhere else.
No, man. I think last comment is. Yeah, and also there's another thing. There's a thing that Lola always used to say about Thiago, but it always used to give me hope. When she used to say something like, "Oh, all he's doing is running around kicking people," but my rebuttal always used to be, "He's down for the grind." And you see it, he gets about. He's physical. He's a bit like Lucas Moura as well. Like he's actually got a surprisingly really really good leap. Man, he's built for it, man. He doesn't need to be fast. He's in the right place at the right time.
Right place at the right time. As well, by the way, let's touch on those last 2 goals, by the way. Just the couple, in fact, all 3 goals were pretty special. Like maybe not Salah's, but Salah still twined a couple, man. But Mane's overhead, Diaz's dink. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it rounded off 3 solid points in the end. So
Alisson decisive assist as well at 1-1. Goalkeeper makes something magical happen.
How many assists has he got for Liverpool? He's up
more
there.
More than certain midfielders in Paris right now.
Hi-yo! With that, we move on. With that, Oscar, let's go to Ellen Road, ladies and gents, where Leeds United were given a beating at the hands of Manchester United. Leeds 2, Manchester United 4, Robinho. Your thoughts?
What can I say about this game?
Oh, come on, give me some oomph. I know you just come from abroad, but that game at Ellen Road, it was action-packed. It was a raucous crowd. Did anybody watch it?
The energy needs to match the energy of the game.
I'll give you context of where I was at. So I was abroad doing some business things, but also having a little bit of fun. So I'm going to keep it as that. So obviously on a Sunday, the game, so sitting in a nice cafe with all the French dons, drinking some wine, as you do. I'm seeing that United and Leeds. Yeah, man. In a cafe in Paris. That's what you do.
Wine in a cafe.
What, croissant, yeah?
He was in Paris, man.
Pan of chocolate.
Yeah, man. As you do.
Wine and chocolate croissant.
He was in Paris.
In a cafe.
By the way, croissants are a farce. What is it?
The biggest one. They're delicious. Let's be very clear. They're delicious.
Whoa! You can't say delicious and fast at the same time. You have to pick a side. Pick a side.
Wait,
no.
I think it's a fast because of the calorie intake. It's a joke. What they pack.
It's not worth the calorie.
It's definitely not worth the calorie.
If you go to a hotel and you expect a breakfast and they give you a continental breakfast and it's a croissant and an orange, you're fuming with a tea. That can't sustain you for a day. Sustain you for a day.
But to say croissants are a farce, I think it's too far. I think that's way too far. I think that's way too far. It's one of the best baked goods.
It's a delicious good.
It's one of the best baked goods all the time.
Adrian's made it clear. Adrian's very, very clear. It's not filling. It's not filling. It's not filling.
Pan of chocolate is croissant and J's. That's the same thing.
That's a croissant and J's. I'm not gonna lie.
It's just got chocolate in it.
It's got an X factor. It's got an X factor, unfortunately.
Listen, cinnamon rolls, by the way, repug. Okay, take that. I would dash that cinnamon roll.
Yeah, okay. We have to get to this analysis, Robin, before we come back to you. Croissant is brilliant bread pastry. Zaha says, no croissant standard, please. I lie? I don't see why we need croissant.
The taste is delicious. We're not arguing the taste.
SW6 says croissants are legendary, like a legend.
Wait there. Man, how many napkins though? Because there's hella flaky.
It's not worth the aggro.
There's a lot of admin involved. There's a lot of calories, and it does not fill you up. Those are my three things.
It's not giving away needs. It's high maintenance.
It tastes delicious. Okay. But those three things.
Do you know what though? Do you know what, guys? That like normally on a trash weekend of football, I would allow us to go 3 minutes on croissants. But there's actually been some good games this week.
It's actually bad.
There's actually no need for this conversation.
Okay, let's move on.
I was thinking, it's Leeds. These man are treating like it's a cup final to us because obviously history, white roses. It's a lot. But knowing that we've pumped these guys many times, I was expecting a nice 2-0 win. Got to 2-0. I was thinking, okay, we're gonna run this. Got my extra I got another glass of wine. And then the second half occurred, and I could not believe in my eyes that
wait. Let me ask you a question, a direct question. You had 2 glasses of wine in the first half.
No. I got a glass of wine in the first half, and then I got a second one in the second half.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say steady 2 in 45. Oh, that's a shift. You're asking for it.
Man. What you're asking for?
Because you could be 4 glasses down by 90 minutes. That is not a good state.
That's not a good state. But yeah, That minute of absolute madness, I could not believe it. I make a thing of that. I don't say anything until I know the game is done because it's Manchester United. Anything ever, I just keep quiet until the 90 minutes are up. But yeah, it just literally showed that we still have the bozo gene, and that at 1 minute everything will be fine, and then the next minute you just fall asleep.
I think it's one chromosome, you know.
I think it is. Honestly, the fact that we let like Dan James get an assist against us, and all he did was run as he normally does.
I can't lie though. Dan James is having a good season.
He is.
Like outside of playing you lot,
I haven't noticed. I haven't cared to notice either.
He's been. I was going to say Leeds' best player, but that's cap.
But yeah,
Millier's been their best player this
year. That's the extra cap. Millier's trash.
But yeah, the first I'll come to the goal. But yeah, the first goal, it was. What? I didn't even hear what he said.
No, you can, I didn't want to interrupt you. I didn't want to
said-
interrupt you. I want you to carry on. That's why I just
I
minded
said
it.
Leeds
But
goalkeeper's
holy
trash,
smokes.
but we'll get onto that later. You can go ahead,
Oh
Robin.
my
Sorry for
God.
interrupting.
And I was saying on the first goal was it Rodrigo? I think it was Rodrigo, where he crossed it and it just went into the goal. But I was like, De Gea, you should have done much better there, much better,
It was
because
the
he had
win.
all the time to catch it. But yeah, and then I think I started saying random words in French because when he subbed off Pogba, I was like, what is going on here?
Oh,
Suck
Why?
me bleu.
he said,
Why?
I'm just gonna call out racism. That's the only thing I could find out.
Was it?
I was
it me or did
bamboozled.
the United fans boo when Pogba got subbed off, or were the
Yeah.
Leeds fans
they
fans
booed the
booing?
subs.
Pogba?
Yeah,
Fans
man,
were
must be
going
booing the
as
sub.
well,
Must
but-
be booing the sub.
Because I heard boos through my TV. I said, who is booing?
Hey, Ronaldo got booed off.
Rapist.
Yeah, that's because Leeds doesn't like him. But yeah, when that happened, and then Fred came on, I was like, okay, what's is happening here? But obviously, it's Sunday, so Fred has to do something, and he scored a really good goal, really good goal out of nowhere. Didn't expect it, but yeah, annoyed the Leeds fans. And then what was the final one? Yeah, El Ganga after getting that hit in the head. Anthony El Ganga.
Who?
It's Elanga, bruv.
Alanga. I don't know why I'm tired, guys.
Are you butchering Carrington's own? How?
Hey, bruh. I can't even talk. I had a howler on
He
Saturday,
needs some
bro.
milk.
Yeah, how on Saturday?
Oh,
did
I
you
remember
see
what
This is
they
what I
wrote
put in the group chat.
You didn't
When
put it in
Willock
the
scored,
Hey,
when Willock scored, then I deleted it straight, bro.
No, I
saw
missed it. No, AD saw it. I didn't see it.
I saw it. It was
What
Did
did
I?
he say? What did he say? What did he say?
Instead of Willock, yeah, I replaced one L with a C, bro.
Oh,
Man said Wilcock. That's crazy.
But yeah, But yeah,
yeah.
Elanga.
Lola says Elanga. Your own
Elanga.
Put respect on his name.
Yeah,
Say
so-
his
Man
name.
said,
Swedish
he said El
superstar.
Ganga.
Put in a 4-2, and overall, I think it was like, yeah, good 4 goals. Leeds, their scum, whatever. They waited 18 years to get pumped again, so I'm happy with that. And I think it's a good building into Atletico on Wednesday, because that will be it's now the start of the intense run where we've literally got all the top teams. So, yeah, I didn't have a lot to say much on United because it was an expected win, if that makes sense. We just fell asleep, and I have more to say on Leeds. And
Before we get on to Leeds, just because there's so Man United, big club, there's so many comments about Manchester United. I do want to go into some of what they're saying, and then we can talk about Leeds, I guess, after. Lola straight away has come in and said McTominay is an awful footballer. All he is passion and a decent strike of the ball. I'm gonna be real, yeah. McTominay might be one of the best shooters in the league. Like, there's no one else who I love, bro. He strikes the ball so clean. Like when he hits it, it is pure. It's in from the moment he's left his foot. He reminds me of
Two guy.
Oh, I wasn't gonna say two. I was gonna say, remember Lee Carsley when Carsley would hit the ball and you're like, yo, you're trash, but you got a strike on you.
I only remember Gravison. I've only got enough space for one ball to get in my life.
Hey man, there's 2 of them. There's always them meaty ballers, but when they strike a ball, you know it's in. But yeah, my main takeaway from this game was this man, Paul Labille Pogba, absolutely sourcing in the first half. SW6 says bring Pogba to the bridge immediately. Lola's saying that Pogba, with the knowledge that he's leaving, is having fun. Him at the corner flag, right? Has the ball, does his defender, like drops the shoulder, gets round the defender, passes the ball, nutmegs through the legs of the defender that's in front of him, and plays an absolute sitter on the plate for Ronaldo, who unfortunately missed it. How many wingers are doing that nowadays? How many wingers pick up the ball, beat their man, and get a ball in like that? It's unheard of. Nowadays, all wingers are waiting for overloads. Like they get the ball, they stand up, they want the fullback to overlap them so that they can fake left or go right. Like Pogba's
that's what I like about Luis Diaz.
Pogba could do that ISO from that's why I love Diaz as well. Pogba's doing that ISO from midfield.
It's different.
Honestly, it was phenomenal.
Yeah, man. It's sad. It's sad that it's come to this, but we've talked enough about the whole situation.
God, everybody wants Paul Pogba. Who wouldn't?
Give me a bit of that bill. Give me a
You know
bit.
what I'm saying?
Man, like, you know, like when we look at careers, right? And like you might look at like an Anelka. Paul Pogba has got to be one of the saddest careers because he's wasted his peak prime years playing with the shallow crap. And
At
we've
least-
got
The thing is, at least he's got a World Cup and Serie A titles. So at least he's got
at
that.
least
Like at the least. You see, like that's the thing. Yeah, you're spot on though. with
But
that
the Man
Anelka
United move has been an absolute disaster.
howler.
I'm sure in his mind
Yeah.
he's thinking it's the worst decision he's ever made in his life.
Oh.
Yeah, coming back to
What's he-
United,
what's he
absolute
gained?
stinker.
Bro,
Absolute stinker.
You've got geezers, you've got top reds or whatever they call themselves, hurling abuse at him on the final day of the season. Like he's not their best player.
Phenomenal.
Oh, couldn't make it up.
I argued with someone at work today. I said Paul Pogba has been one of their best players for the last 4 years. I was like,
Bro.
he's been like arguably their best player.
No. Bro. Listen. An adulterer that slept with his brother's wife, right? A domestic abuser criticized Pogba for going Hajj pilgrimage. Bro, you cannot make it up.
You can't.
Ryan Giggs right now is on trial for beating up his missus, and he had the audacity to question Pogba's commitment.
Honestly, it's farcical.
Lord have mercy on all of our souls. All of
Honestly.
us.
There's a lot of repentance needed. Oscar, you're on mute if you're
I
talking.
didn't even realize. I was reading the comments. C1 said Paul Pogba is their best player. Taha says Pogba is going to end up being a streets won't forget baller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, it's not over, guys. It's not over because in the summer when he leaves Manchester United, he's going to one of the big fish, and guess what? Collecting them trophies. He's going to be catching up on past years. Like
If
this is
you
what I should have
are-
been winning.
He's still got like a good 4 or 5 years left, you know.
If you are Paul Pogba and you want to guarantee the most trophies, like you're saying, like we're saying, I've wasted years at Manchester United. Now I'm just about stat padding trophies. Where do you go?
2 places: Manchester City, Liverpool.
Huh?
Huh?
Whoa.
I don't think he stays in the Prem.
I don't think he goes to either of those clubs.
Yeah, those
What's
are none of the clubs I had in
the
my
question?
mind.
What's the question you asked me? If
You
you
wanna
are Paul
stack pack
Pogba and
trophies.
you want to stack pack them trophies, Liverpool, Manchester City. You can say Bayern Munich if you want. You could go Bayern Munich, right? Win the
That was my mind. That was
hopefully-
my thinking.
Well,
You know,
Paris,
hopefully go and get
Paris,
some-
Paris
I say
came-
Paris. I say he goes to
think-
Paris.
Guys,
Look at
guys,
Paris Saint-Germain's
we're not-
midfield.
Can I break it to you guys? Can I break this to you? Another spoiler. I want to add another spoiler to this. Let me-
Yeah.
They're not going to win the Champions League in our time.
What do you mean in our time? What's wrong
Okay,
with
what
it?
I mean, let me be more
God-
specific.
God
In the
willing, man.
In the next 10 years, whilst we are doing the top 4 podcast, they will not be Champions League champions. They will not be champions of Europe. And the first domino effect when Kylian Mbappe leaves. Just thought I'd let you know that.
Mbappe is as clear as their best player.
Listen, if Paul Pogba goes there in the summer, you know, then the case is brought to us again. But Paul Pogba should not go to PSG.
Mm.
That's the move he should not make. 'Cause that's a circus over there. Anyway,
Another player that Manchester United fans wanted to play well. Jadon Sancho gaining confidence, says SW6.
I was like, yeah, man, he's over the last few games. I would argue he's been our best player the past month himself.
over Pogba.
This past month,
I don't think that's that. I don't think that's crazy of a shout.
no,
No,
Pogba's only
it's
come back
not crazy,
very
but I think,
recently.
but Pogba's had like 3 games in a row.
Yeah, I'm saying, but Sancho.
Where's the three games in a row?
What was his first game back against who did they play?
Against
He was brilliant. He was really good against Burnley, in my opinion, away from home.
Burnley
Who's the other
was
game?
it?
He was
So
good
was-
against
so was
Brighton.
Sancho?
And then he
good
was
against
dropped.
Brighton.
He was dropped.
Who was he dropped for? What game?
Southampton.
Yeah, Southampton. He was dropped for Fred.
Southampton.
And
And then he played.
Sancho.
and then played-
Sancho was really good against Southampton, though.
And I'm saying Sancho's played every single game. That's what I said. I said I'd argue he's been our best player this month. I'm not discrediting Paul Pogba. I'm just
No,
talking
I
about
know
the
you're not.
overall
No,
game.
no, I know you're not. For me, Sancho hasn't done enough for me to just say he's number one in the last 4 or 5 games. I can't. By the way, Sancho's game against Leeds, right? It was basically back to his Dortmund days because it was a frigging circus of football.
Farce.
It was By the way, have you watched Dortmund football? Have you watched the Bundesliga? Have you watched when Dortmund play? It's farcical behavior.
And they got torn apart by Rangers.
Who got slapped up by Rangers. And the thing is, we this Leeds Man United game was classic Bundesliga Dortmund football. That's what this was.
PR. Do you know what else was classic Bundesliga? Manchester United versus Southampton. That was Class A Bundesliga end-to-end football. So do we feel this is the only reason that Sancho is thriving, or do we feel like he's going to understand the Premier League a bit more?
No, I think he's genuinely learning his craft. I feel like obviously now playing back in the Premier League properly is differently from the Bundesliga. Every game is a much harder game, and he's literally just starting to learn. Also, he has a manager that actually plays him consistently in the same position.
I was going to say that.
Compared to Oli, which kept him swapping him left, right. Now he's constantly being played on the right, whereas the left is always either Lingard or Rashford or Anthony. And
isn't Sancho playing on the left?
No, he's been playing last 2-3 games. He's been playing on the right. It's been Thingy that's on the left, Rashford and Lingard.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I thought he was on the left. Shame.
No, he was. I'm pretty sure in the second half he played on the left yesterday.
Probably switched sides. I didn't notice it that much, but I just saw him there.
And against Southampton, he played on the left as well. That's how he scored that goal.
Yeah, I thought he was on the left personally, but maybe it's a different when they set up and when they start and
when they set. I think it's when we always set up and start. He's always starting on the right. Probably just this thing that we always switch. But yeah, he's just growing into it, and hopefully, I'm liking that in the fact that we've just been doing our thing last week and getting some points. It's been annoying getting those 1-1 draws, but the last couple of games actually going out, getting a win, got a clean sheet last time. This time. Should have got a clean sheet, but we just made it hard for ourselves, but we got back on track. I don't know how we're going to do against Atletico on Wednesday, because even though that they've been on a rut, Luis Suarez scored a fantastic goal on the weekend.
Yeah.
And
they 4-1 winners on the weekend.
Yeah.
They scored early. They were off the races early.
And I feel like they're both in similar positions where they're just going through a bit of a wild time. So I just don't know how Wednesdays go, but I'm a little bit confident. I'm a little bit confident, and especially that we're away first. I'd rather be away first than be at home.
Doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't really matter anymore. But I think for sentimental values of like going away, being underdog,
you still want to be home. You still want to be home
and bring it back. That's what I asked for. I don't know how it's going to do on Wednesday, but we'll see.
I just looked at your fixtures in March. They're horrible in the Premier League.
I told you. This is the month where it's like, every game.
Away at City, home to Spurs, away at Liverpool. Jesus of Nazareth.
Mm-hmm.
You need prayer.
We do need prayer.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
Lola says, finally a goal from a corner. You bought in this new set piece, man, and you've been dead at them.
140th attempt.
Harry Maguire just happened to be him.
I didn't know that.
I said Maguire.
I actually didn't know that he hates Leeds and that Leeds have a thing against him.
Didn't know that. He's a Yorkshireman.
Yeah, I saw him celebrating bare hard. He was celebrating hard.
What is this?
He's a Yorkshireman, guys. Come on.
It was a cold celebration, though.
Let's do your research. Come on.
Not only in that game. Every single game I watched, the knee slides have been great. Yes, it was the rain. But I was enjoying the knee slides this weekend.
Knee slides. I'll still say, man, I can't remember who it was against, but Conor Gallagher had a textbook knee slide this season. Harry Maguire might have topped it this week. I think Harry Maguire. The slide was sensational.
When you're talking textbook, you're talking Thierry Henry. Okay, let's not.
All right, Pierre. We're talking about in the modern era. I mean,
listen, Henry's knee slide against Man City in the dying moments at Highbury is the best in the business today.
What about Drogba Goodison Park?
But it's not today.
When he left them lines on the pitch, that ground staff must have had.
But come on, and also that's a last minute winner as well. That knee slide, come on, man, you got to be.
Ours was last minute as well. Ours was towards the end. We thought we were going to
our home to City. C1 says Maguire using his fat head, blood. The knee slide was mad. I rate the knee slides in the rain. They were great. I enjoyed it. I can't lie.
Nothing like a knee slide. You can't.
Anything more on Manchester United?
All I will say, lastly. Oh no, are we going to Leeds or are we leaving the game?
Yeah, we can go to the Busset boys if we want to.
Because I've said it. That I gave Bielsa a yellow card, and right now I'm walking to the VAR board. I'm prepared to now actually give a second yellow.
Man said possible red card offence.
Because
why?
I think I gave it back at the start of the season. Oh no, the last time I played them, and they got back and said, "What has Bielsa done to change this?" And since then, I still see the same plan, no plan B. Leeds just attack, and they just do not care to defend. And there's so much grace you can give a manager to actually say this plan doesn't work. Leeds have conceded 50 goals this season, more than 50. That is unspeakable. That's actually relegation fodder. The fact that they actually score is keeping them out. But any other team on that form, they would be gone. And honestly, Leeds are in trouble.
I think it's a bit harsh, though.
And you might be saying it's harsh, but Adrian, even Leeds fans are calling for his head now. That they say that they need a change.
That's preposterous. Like, considering they took Leeds from.
You can actually go look out. But I agree.
The fans were singing his name. The fans were singing his name at 4-2 down.
I was thinking
they know what they've signed up for. It's one of those. They just said, "Look, Bielsa is this, and he's going to stick to this no matter what." And I'd be honest with you, like he's going to walk before Leeds sack him. You know the ones he'll walk first. So
I just feel like Leeds. Yes,
should he be fired?
I'm not discrediting what Bielsa has done. He's got them today, got them back to the Prem, done amazing stuff with them in the Championship. But his system has been completely found out by every single team.
He did amazing stuff in the Premier League. Let's not discredit that. Last season they finished, I think, 11th. I mean, come on, for your first year, they did phenomenally well. Should he be fired? In your opinion,
I put the glass ceiling, and if they don't do anything, they will be in trouble. Not necessarily this season.
They finished 9th, by the way.
I think it's been Chris Wilder here. Because for me, that actually, let me not lie. I think Leeds have got maybe 3 or 4 really good players. I'll probably obviously with Rafinha is exceptional, and to be fair, I think with as much as I don't rate him, Patrick Bamford has been a miss.
Massive.
That's their main source of goals. So for me, it's like if you go to any team in the league and you take out their main outlet, they're not going to perform to the same level. And for me, like we can say Leeds should
as well.
And Calvin Phillips has been out as well.
What I saw glaringly obvious was the midfield for Leeds. Like that midfield, they don't have that person that connects defense to attack. They did not have that at all. Like the linchpin, literally in that middle. They need to sign something in there because it looks like a hole.
They brought in Lewis Bate, and they don't really trust him like that. So they didn't really.
How old is he? Like 18.
Yeah, but like they bought him and they don't use him, so it seems like a massive waste.
No, but one for the future, man.
Yeah, one for the future, but like you play your future like prospects. Like
I think Leeds will survive though.
When you've got Calvin Phillips, like, yeah, I think they'll be here. I think I don't see them getting dragged in, but yeah, it's not great for them. It's not great for them.
What's my man's name?
That defense is championship defense.
Lewis Bates. He was playing against. He was playing against West Ham United. They brought him on and then brought him off.
I don't know.
He's only played one game. So former Chelsea, yeah.
Adrian, who's eating in your house?
Oh,
someone's attacking that plate. Yeah.
That's the hard food.
Someone's attacking that plate, boy.
He made his Premier League debut last month. Okay.
There's a reason Bielsa only signs for one season at a time. I think this ogre needs to cut.
I think I'm told you. I'm looking at the VAR screen. You know, I'm like,
Guys, I don't know, bro. Robin, it's 1 year. You know the ones. Last year he finished 9th.
I've been on this since last season. I'm like, come on.
He finished 9th. They came up last year. He finished 9th. Look, and by the way, he walked the championship as well. He walked it last year.
But this is not the championship; it's the Premier League. And if you don't adapt to what you have, you're gonna get found out.
No,
You're not saying that about the Klopps and the Peps of this world. They no matter what, they stick to their principle.
The idea is like, look, they had a great season last season. You can't deny that they finished 9th after coming up. This year,
2 points behind Arsenal.
This year, they're, there's a possibility they could get dragged into it, but they're not yet in it. And if they don't, why would you go and follow suit into what all the other teams are doing when all of those teams are going down?
Because I feel like if he stays another season, he's not going to change anything. Oh,
he might have the money though. He needs the P's.
But everyone has frozen for me. Can you still hear me?
We can hear you and see you perfectly fine.
Yo, they was talking about my Wi-Fi, man. That's what it.
Also, let's be crystal clear, guys. Any other manager is getting relegated with this Leeds United side because it is
1,000%.
It's an awful side.
Do you know what, Adrian? I love that you said that. Do you know why? I don't think we realize how good of a manager he actually is. He's actually pulling some serious miracle and strings out here. Now, obviously, the record right now is not great.
Talk Trend says that he's just like Ralph Rangnick. He gave Pep the ideas, but it doesn't mean he's world class.
I mean, no one argues that he's world class. I just don't think you could put him and Ralph in the same bracket. That's a disrespect because Bielsa's actually done decent with certain clubs. I don't think Ralph can even tie up his boots. If I'm being legit honest, Marcelo Bielsa is a very good manager, not world class, but very good. I think Leeds will listen. If Leeds survive, they need money. They need money. They need to give Bielsa the bag and let them go and spend some P's and get some players in and let them be fit next year. And we'll be having another conversation.
One thing though, I do think he's wasted money though, i.e. Rodrigo has been a good signing.
But he's a good player. I mean, he was a good player before he came to Leeds, isn't it? He was somebody talked about in Barca and Valencia, and I don't think he's actually that bad. It's just adaptation. Listen, by the way, playing for Leeds is not for the faint-hearted. Playing for Leeds is not for the faint-hearted. Let's be very, very clear. I genuinely think that the VAR call is a bit strong.
Shall we move on from Leeds?
Do you want to say something about the goalkeeper ask?
I should already rate him.
Oh, okay, cool.
He's 20 years old, but never mind. He'll be France's goalkeeper after Hugo Lloris, and he'll be their goalkeeper for about 30 years. He's actually bloody good for his age.
Does anybody hear the things that Pia says?
He'll be France's next goalkeeper.
He'll be France's goalkeeper for 30 years.
Obviously, tongue in cheek. But he'll be France's goalkeeper for the next decade or so after Lloris gets binned. You know the ones.
Albert Lafont, no? He got a 10 out of 10 match rating.
Also, there's a big myth that goalkeepers get better.
What do you mean? There's a big myth that goalkeepers get better?
No, goalkeepers get better, bro.
No. They get better, yeah, but not at the same rate as outfield players.
I disagree, man.
What are we doing?
Where was Allison at 20? Where was Mendy at 20?
Chesney was playing Allison on the bench.
These guys were just as good. Courtois, when he was a youth, was that guy as a youth, and when he came up, he was that guy. He got more experience, but he was always that good.
Where was Edison at 20?
You're naming players that I didn't know.
Okay, Aaron Ramsdale.
Ramsdale's still young.
I mean, but you saw him at Bournemouth and Sheffield, and you were like, "Well, who's this guy?"
And I've seen him at Arsenal, and I'm still like, "Who's this guy?"
Nah, look at his what? He's got like the third best clean sheet in the season?
Yeah, that's down to Ben White and Gabriel.
Benny Blanc.
Nah, I'm joking. Look,
when he makes them saves, you like, "Oh, why is he doing this?"
Ramsdale's been good, yeah. Okay, but Lola's made a comment here. Yeah, she said, he's 21, not 28. Big time. Look at the heat Arsenal got for Ramsdale. De Gea was dead at first. No, De Gea adapted to to Premier League, and then he became quality. It wasn't that he was dead.
Goalkeepers don't even play at Miss Leah's age, if I'm being honest.
Bro, Oscar, hear me out. Adrian, he was at 20 years of age playing in the Premier League.
But why does that make you
ninth?
Why does that make you think that by the time he's 30, he's going to be world class?
Did I say that though?
You said France is number one. France are winning titles.
You don't rate him. I said show some damn respect.
I don't rate the guy.
He's got 40 caps for
Look,
Leeds in the Premier League.
You're talking about who you think he's going to be. I'm saying when I
So,
come up against Leeds in the Premier League, I'm telling the
I
man
said-
them shoot.
I said he'll be France's goalkeeper for the next 10
I
to
think that's
20,
harsh.
30
He
years.
makes-
That's
he
what I
makes
said.
good- he makes good saves.
Hey, when my
He's a
team
good
play
goalkeeper.
Leeds later on this year, I'm telling the man them shoot. Ziyech,
Oscar,
let
it's
it ring.
Oscar.
Ziyech,
It's
let the
it's
team
Leeds'
go.
defense. It's Leeds' defense. It's not the goalkeeper. It's the
No,
defense.
the goalkeeper. I'm saying shoot from 30 yards.
He's better
the
than Kepa.
goalkeeper.
To be honest,
Is he?
He's better than
Bruno
Kepa.
Fernandes
You'd
header,
sign him over Kepa right now.
that
You'd have
Bruno
him over
Fernandes
Kepa right now.
header should not have gone in. And same with the
What?
Frank.
Why should it have gone in? Why?
Trash. Oh my god.
It shouldn't. Yeah,
Peter. No, Peter's
No,
not
Fred-
answering the
no,
question.
Fred-
Peter,
Fred-
answer
Fred-
Robin's
Fred-
question.
Fred
Say,
Leonard.
sorry, what was Robin's question? Sorry.
Fernandes goal shouldn't have gone in. That was
Bruno Fernandes.
Hold on.
What the header? I mean, come on.
No, it should
Come on.
It should
I mean, come on.
Come
I'm
on.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Look, Lola says keeper's thing is also about XP. Will he be world class? Maybe not. But a 20-year-old goalkeeper who, in my opinion, is good, you can't rubbish him yet. I don't see the good.
That's
I'm
ridiculous.
only talking about the right now. I'm not saying
I
about
was going
what
to
he
say
will
against
become.
Ronaldo.
Huh?
Ronaldo was like 2 yards out.
Yeah, Ronaldo had a howler. He should have scored.
Huh?
Yeah.
So what? Is the keeper going to get no credit there?
Ronaldo should have scored.
Is the keeper not going to get no credit there?
The keeper's in the place that he needs to be. It's not like he had an outstretched arm and made a world-class save.
Oh,
Okay,
look what
fine,
we're
fine,
hearing.
fine.
Oh, come on, guys.
Sorry,
Come on,
I'm
hearing.
I'll go and call Ali El Habsi then.
See,
since that's what I'm doing against Oscar.
SW6, yeah, not Oscar. SW6 is telling you he's not better than Kepa. Oscar didn't say that.
Oscar, guess who's
SW6
Guess who's got the top 2 most saves in the Premier League this season?
Oh, who is it?
Number 1 is David De Gea with 96.
Right.
You're
Right.
respecting that. Number 2 is Millie with 85.
What have they got
The
in
one,
common?
the one after that is Jose Sarr on 82. Again, everybody who's rating them. So we're rating De Gea. We can rate Sarr. Wait there. We can rate De Gea. We can rate Sarr. But Millie, who's in the middle, in sandwiched between his shower of
Who's
crap
we,
defense.
though? Who's
No,
we?
wait. His shower of garbage defense. He's got the second most saves in the Premier League this season. Put some damn respect on this man's name, man.
Oh, my
Okay,
gosh.
Oscar.
He's a good young keeper.
Nah, man. But guys, if you're a
More clean
goalkeeper,
sheets than
yeah,
Kepa this season.
Kepa doesn't play for Chelsea.
He's got more clean sheets than Kepa this season.
No, Peter, that's scandalous.
See, if you were to do ratio, I don't think. Oh, you're
Yeah, no.
you're a
How many
loser.
clean sheets is it? Like 2.
He's got
You're
3
a
this
massive
season.
loser.
He's only got 3.
Lola said he's skinny for his frame. He'll bulk up. I remember Martinez was asked before his final season at Arsenal. Martinez never really played though.
Now Martinez was just a
Oscar,
freak- just a freak thing,
Reading
man. I don't-
5, Arsenal 7.
We know.
I can't forget that. Go back and watch it. Go back and watch it.
Talk Trend said he could pass the ball, so he's got a job for the next 10 years. I mean, modern
Oscar,
football is that way.
Oscar, I tell you what, Millie is going to go for Big P at a big European club. Mark
What
my
does that
words.
mean? Kepa went for Big P at a big European club.
But I'm
That don't mean
saying
nothing
people,
to me.
it means that people will rate the goalkeeper.
I don't get what people say about him.
Union right
I
here.
don't
I'm standing
care.
up. I'm standing up. for
Right
Goalkeepers
now,
Union right here.
I'm not even talking about who he's going to be in 20 years. Right now, there is nothing about Melia that makes me think he's one of the good goalkeepers.
You're not
He
watching him.
he makes good saves.
He
Like,
does make good saves. You're not watching him. The guy's
do you
21.
know why he is like Kepa? He's so small. Everything about him looks like a worldie. Yeah, everything saves. Oh, he's
You have no
outstretched.
shame. He's got the second
Get out
most
of
saves
here,
in the
man.
league this season. Does that not count for anything?
That means
He's
his
got the
defense is trash. That's what that means.
But Oscar,
No, Peter,
Jose
get away.
Sarr's there. Jose Sarr's there, where Wolves have got the second most clean sheets, second best defensive record in the league.
So
Are we saying that they're
Sarr's
trash?
good.
Are we?
Good.
So wait. So on. Oh, Sarr's
Sarr's a
good.
good goalkeeper.
Oh,
What are we
okay,
talking
okay.
about? You
Did
think
you know
his
him
stats
before he
gonna change my
joined? Did
decision?
you
I
know him
watched the
before Bruno
games.
Lage was here? Did you know him before Bruno Lage
No,
jumped in
but
the
I've
scene?
seen.
Thank you very much.
Pia. What I've seen from Sarr this season, what I've seen from Melia this season. Come on, don't do
You're
that.
disrespectful because we all know Leeds' defense is a shower of
Who's been
garbage.
better this season, Pia?
Everybody here, what did my man say? What did Robin say? 50 goals they've conceded this season, and he's got the second most saves in the league. This guy's he's keeping them up.
so how many should it have been?
Oscar, when I said that Millie has been their best player this season, I'm not capping. He's Leeds' best season. He's Leeds' best player this season.
No,
Let me
not.
say right now.
No, he's
He
not.
is right now.
No, he's
Right
not.
now, Oscar, he's keeping them in the league. He's keeping them in the league.
Rafinha's been better than him, and flipping Dan James has been better.
Rafinha, I can't find him. Where is Rafinha? I can't find that
He
bloke.
pulled out last week. He pulled out last week. Don't say you can't find him.
Well, in
He scored,
the
he
3-2
scored yesterday. Stop speaking. While your goalkeeper was letting in 4. Sorry, he let in 4. He let in 4.
Oscar.
He conceded 4.
Oscar.
Harry Maguire scored a header against him.
Oscar, Millier is the reason why Leeds are in the Premier League. Let's end this. Let's end this
why do you
convo.
make me
Let's
shout?
end this convo.
Why?
Let's end this convo.
Yeah, let's end it.
By the
Where are we going to next?
By the way, just to say this, right? You Manchester United swine, okay? All of you players, Elanga, Harry Maguire, Bruno Fernandes, Cristiano Ronaldo, Fred, all of you swine. This idea of you can run into somebody else's ends, and then when you get hit with the cap, when you get hit with the coin, when you get hit with the bottle, I'm supposed to feel sorry for you. You know what? I do not feel sorry for you. Stop being stupid, Maguire. I'll start with you, giving it full cap, giving it the full big eared thing at the home end at Leeds when he's from Yorkshire himself. Okay, if he gets a frigging rocket launched at him, I hope it happens for the second time when he does it again. Elanga, another one. What, you want to go behind the goal and start shushing? Robin, wait. No, Robin. Stop. You had your moment. Elanga, let me tell you right now, I'll be in that lead and throwing the second coin at him, and I'll be throwing the next one at Fred, and I'll be throwing the one after that. This idea, Robin, wait, man. Let me finish. Robin, wait. Let me finish. You'll have your turn, bro. Let me finish. You moron scum fans. When you moan about people throwing things at you, what are you doing in their ends? And if Manchester United have good form for this, remember Gary Neville giving it this. When the goal scored the other side at the Stretford end, he goes over to the Liverpool end and he starts doing that. I'm sick to that. Rodri, come again to the Emirates. Come to the family enclosure. By the way, that was the kid. By the way, this is not really. Oscar, you know what it's about? No, it's not about Arsenal, guys. Everyone calm down. It's not about Arsenal. I'm telling you right now, he deserves everything he gets on there because you cannot say how somebody's reaction should be when you go and do that. Every action has a reaction and has a consequence. Stop going in those ends. Every Man United player knew what they were doing. The same way every other time it happens in other football matches, they know what they're doing. I hope they get another bottle when he goes over there next time. Sure. Go ahead, Robin.
I'm only defending Elanga because in the group chat you said that he went to the Leeds fans and shushed them. I had to go watch a couple vlogs for those people that were actually at the game. It was the wrong player, by the way. It was actually Fred that actually went to shush them. But Elanga was with the Man United fans.
Elanga did it.
Did
Elanga do it?
When Elanga...
Did Elanga shush the Leeds fans, yes or no?
Elanga...
Did he, yes or no?
I let you finish, Pete.
So are you going to lie? Lie on air. No, did he shush the fans or not?
We'll get there. Let him go.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Finish.
We'll get there.
So, Elanga went to hug Fred. He done that. And then he went to United fans. When he got hit, he was not near the Leeds fans at all. At all.
BS. Carry on.
Because when he walked back to hug Fred, and that's when he got pinged. BS. Before that, it was the Fred goal, and Fred ran around the back, and he only hugged him. He didn't want to shush. On the second goal, he shushed.
Is that not what I said?
No, you said on the first goal when he got hit.
Is that what I said? I said on the first goal.
No.
That's not
what Pete said. That's not what Pete said.
Thank you.
But to Robin's point is that he didn't. Elanga didn't go there to antagonize Leeds fans, and he got hit with something, and then he felt, let me retaliate back.
That's what I'm saying. So when you said he shushed them in the group chat, I was like, he didn't shush them in the group chat on the first goal. He just got right.
He shushed them in the first goal.
Where did Fred go and celebrate? Where did Fred go?
First of all, Fred repented of his sins since he is the pastor. Fred went over to the Leeds end and then thought, I shouldn't do this. Let me repent of my sin, and he came back to the Man United end. Right, so he repented in action because he was heading left, and he turned back. So he was literally still, like the away end is sort of like on the side rather than behind the goal.
Yeah, it's on the
side, and then you got the home end literally just right next to you as well. Yeah. So when you're sort of standing there with your fans, but then you're still close enough to the home end anyway. Like I was there this season. Like I've seen how close you can get, and you know full well when you're standing in a certain position, all these Man United players knew what they were doing. None of them are exempt. They all knew that it's antagonizing because obviously they've been getting banter. They're giving banter back. It's a hot, fierce rivalry, right?
Listen, guys,
so everybody knows what they're doing. Look at Maguire's goal.
For someone who works at a football stadium, I can agree with Peter, bro. Do not example. Are you giving an example? What team was it? Who was at Villa? No, not Villa. Brighton.
Yes. No. Luca Dean at Everton. He got one pelted straight in the head. Bang,
Aaron Lennon at Brighton, bro. obviously them man are cool. They won't play. But why you the away end is right there, bro. Go celebrate with your fans. Why you running to the right, bro?
Yeah. My point is in the group chat was you said when you said he was shushing fans, I was like, he only shushed the fans on the second goal. On the first goal, he did nothing, but he got paid.
What's the
Listen,
point?
Robin,
I said he shushed. I said he shushed. I didn't say he shushed him in the first goal.
You see behind the goal, yeah.
But that's how I read it. That's when I was like, hold on, why did Elanga get hit in
It's
the
not my
head?
fault you read it wrong. That's not my fault you read it wrong. I said Elanga shushed the fans, which we agree he did. I didn't say he did it on the first goal.
But he got picked for no reason. That was my point.
No, but
the United players were
the reason Peter's saying is because the Manchester United players as a collective were celebrating in front of the Leeds fans.
It's like the Maguire one. Oscar,
when that happens,
the Maguire one in the first half was too blatant. Was so blatant because obviously there's no Man United fans on site, and he's gone over there, giving it. He's gone over there giving it.
Peter's point is that they're going to throw things. So if one of you catches it, like you're all to blame because you all did it. That's what Peter's saying.
Most of my anger is that you know what happens is in these scenarios, because it happened with the Rodri one at the Emirates, and it stems even from like Adebayor when he went to Man City and he went all the way to the other end, right? It's the fact that all the fans get the blame for what takes place. Oh, this is disgraceful. This is despicable. Fans can't be doing this. They're going to be like now. Leeds players. I think some of the Leeds fans are getting lifetime bans.
They are getting banned.
Now, in my head, I want to say, hang on a minute. Can we have a conversation with these players as well? Both should be getting something for it. Do you know the ones? Don't be antagonizing there because you can't say how someone should react. Man United can control where they celebrate. A Leeds fan in an act of madness can react because of what they see happening to them.
And my point is that because I had to do this all again because at the same it's sad because at Ellen Road they're literally next door to each other. That someone that was completely innocent got hit. That was why I was annoyed. I was like, why are you throwing something at someone that didn't do anything? And you shouldn't be doing that. If it was involved,
it's United scum, like you know what I mean.
Get the whole thing. Nonsense. Be thrown. I'm like,
guys.
Really?
Listen, bro. If the
beef is cooking,
as I always say, if I see a player of the opposite team, if I see a player in the opposite team and they get hit, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Because what are you doing in them ends?
I'm not gonna lie.
Out the manner linking chicks
at home games. At home games, I'm less likely to see that. But I think if you go up to a crowd of away fans after you've just scored, you have to expect they're going to throw things at you. This is a group of people that are there not to support you, that have all been drinking for about an hour before kickoff. Like, you can't expect anything different. Yo, that's on a light game. I'm only saying that because it was a Sunday.
It just might be.
A great example as well. Bruno Fernandes, right? Bruno Fernandes gestured at the crowd when he scored, right? Then the referee booked him. The referee books him, and then he tries to go back to the crowd and be like, you know, I apologize. And these fans were like, piss off to the other side of the pitch. Go take your kick off.
Pete, there's a lot of comments on this because obviously
it's going to be all slandering me. I don't mind. I don't really mind. I genuinely feel this way.
Boss Like Ender said, imagine me going to the ops ends and telling them suck their mums. I'm gonna get smoked.
Yep. Yeah.
Lola says, Peter, stop defending man throwing coins at players. Elangas didn't do anything but celebrate in a crowd with his team, and he got attacked. I will never support fans throwing hard objects.
I just think it's foul.
Tenton says, football is an emotional game, and a player should not celebrate that like that next to home fans.
Thank you very much. We agree.
End of discussion. It's a fierce rivalry. We're not talking about them going to Norwich.
It's not a dibby thing, bruv.
I remember when Arsenal were briefed when they won the league at White Hart Lane. The referees told the whole team, if you win the league, do not celebrate. Do not celebrate.
I think part of it is like,
it's Leeds.
You have to understand it. When a player does that, I get that it's football. Personally, I love it. Like, I'm here for the pantomime. I love when a fan gives it to the away fans or whatever. But you have to understand, you have just made life extremely hard for every steward that is in that end.
Thank you very much. They can't
do their jobs.
There you go.
People are going rowdy. People are going crazy. People are throwing things. Like, people are throwing things. It's
football fans are feral anyway.
I see what Lola is saying. Control your drink, and I get what you're saying.
You're not living in the real
time,
world, Lola.
like,
that's the truth of
yeah,
the matter.
it's
You're not
like,
living in the real world.
This is football.
Because that's
this is
not
what
it
we
is.
talk about.
You know them ones. One of them could look. Football fans will get angry at a player if they do something to them and they react out of anger. Someone has scored a goal. You know them ones. You're scoring. Listen, Elanga getting hit. The whole bunch were there. It could have been Fred. It could have been anybody. It don't matter to me. It doesn't matter who the player was. But then when okay, so he gets hit with a coin, you're thinking, "Rah, okay, look, we need to stop this. We need to control this." But then you score and go behind the goal and shush that end. I'll get out of here. I have no sympathy for anyone that gets hit with them. Rodri, Adebayor, whoever you are, Elanga, friggin' Maguire. I'm surprised Maguire didn't get a right hook. I'm surprised Maguire didn't get hit.
Sensei said, "Look, no coin, throw plastic bottles. You're gonna get what you have on you, and a coin is what people have on them. So a coin is coming for you." So I'm on both sides.
Gen question for you. Because the incident happened, you say that you can't blame them for having a reaction when they actually score a goal and just tell them shush, because they got attacked first. They want the instigators, if that makes sense. So it's just they did it out of retaliation. Alganga shushed him out of retaliation. He didn't do it out.
He was in the friggin' home end first. He got caught with the coin, and guess what? He's had time to think about it. He's had time to go on his knees and be in pain, in some sort of pain, but then he scores and goes and retaliates. So we should accept the retaliation of Elanga. The footballer.
I can't lie, Peter. Pete, if I get hit with a coin and I score, I'm telling everyone shut up.
Listen, tell them what you, Oscar, and I hear you.
I expect it back.
Exactly. Thank you. You cannot have a problem with the fan doing something to you. I'm not saying Elanga can't do it. Let him do what the hell he likes. Guess what? There's a reaction. There's a reaction for every single action.
You get
this idea, David. This idea that the footballer, that the fan is the only one here to blame, and always gets the issue. I hear nothing about Fred's paycheck. Was it Maguire's paycheck, Elanga's paycheck? I hear nothing about any of them, man. There. Instead, we hear about the fan that's going to get a lifetime ban because a knobhead Manchester United player came into my ends when he could have just been in there and celebrated with his own Red Army.
Hey,
BS.
SW6 says this Alganga thing is mad, you know.
Listen, I get Robin's points. Yeah, don't get me wrong, Robin. I understand you wholeheartedly, and I understand it because he's your player, and I get that totally. What I don't like is one-sidedness. I hate it with a passion,
bro.
There's one thing I hate in life. It's that. That's the one thing I hate.
As Oscar said, yeah, you just create headache for stewards, blood. Like, fam, that flipping Arsenal team, Rodri in the thing, bro. That is a howler, but what he was doing.
David, 30 people have got a ban. 30 people have got a stadium ban for that situation. You know, what does Rodri get? A yellow card.
You've been to Ellen Rose. Sure. That barrier is between the away fans.
Yeah.
That is happening. They're a bit too close.
No, that's what listen. Your old school grounds, you get that, you know. But like when people like Martinelli was going over to the home end at Leeds, if he got a coin, I'm not arguing because I can't stand. Listen,
fair enough.
Bro, I brought up like 8 scenarios.
No, but
my argument is this: if a coin gets thrown at you, what were you doing in their ends? You know what I'm saying? What am I doing in Peckham, blood? With no shank.
Peter's out here victim blaming. I love it. Peter victim blaming, man. What a guy.
Say again? Never get lacking.
You're out here victim blaming. Tenzin says PL might need to create a safe zone for the celebration. No, the Premier League should not create a safe zone. Yeah.
I just think let it all happen. I just think they should just let it happen. If a coin gets hit, the fan doesn't need to go away. You know what it was? I'm just saying, let it happen. It's at your peril because they were doing this 20 years ago. Man, they were getting flares thrown at them. You know what it was like.
They did get flares thrown at them in the game.
Do you know, like for example, even now, like Istanbul derby, for example, when it's Galatasaray Fenerbahce, it's farcical what activity goes on there. But we don't turn around and be talking about the Turkish FA. They should do this. They should do that. It's one of those ones. Listen, if you act up in them ends, that is on you. That's your business. You know, that's what I'm saying.
You know, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one because when we talk about you mentioned the Adebayor situation where he ran to the Arsenal fans, bro. If you look at that footage again, Arsenal fans littered the pitch with whatever they had in their pockets. Yeah, but No one ever
were
says
schools. There were
the
schools.
Arsenal fans were horrible because we all knew Adebayo antagonized them. So there is a situation where it is like,
He did it at Tottenham. He jumped
Like,
in the
no,
North Bank.
personally-
he scored and went over the advertising board into the North Bank.
Nutter.
Oscar, the same thing as this. Innocent, yeah? Theo Walcott, in his innocence, was stretchered off and taken through the Tottenham end, and they pelted him because he was giving it the 2-0.
yeah,
What?
Come on, you get what you
What?
You get what you asked for.
I can't be like, oh, look at him, Tottenham scum.
Lola's saying, why is the question, what are you doing there? So celebration is justification for bodily harm.
I'm saying it's either or ways. You're taking the mick out of my fans. We're taking the mick out of you. It's tit for tat. You know the one.
It's one of them ones where
let's not act like the
you're
players don't know
right.
what they're doing.
Like,
Also, the players know what they're doing. You know them ones. Like if you score
I
against
just think-
who
I
do
just
you
think the
hate?
reason-
What team do you hate, for example?
Well, Tottenham,
Like
probably
the most,
Arsenal, Tottenham,
right?
Arsenal. Yeah.
Tottenham Arsenal. So if you score at in the North Bank, or if you score at Tottenham, you're going to celebrate because you want to celebrate because you've got one up over them, right?
I'm giving
Calm.
it Reece James.
Giving it the full.
What did Reece James do? Reece James did.
I mean, you're giving it the full Gary Neville, right? Now the thing is, if I get hit with the coin, I'm not going to be whining and crying to the referee. Oh, sir, he hit me. No, I went over there and I started giving it the badge, giving it the full big. I'm giving it the full beans. Back your thing.
I think everyone that is like against what Peter is saying, I think idealistically you're right. Like what Lola's saying, she's right. Like nobody, personally me, even if a rival player was screaming in my face, I'm not pulling something out my pocket and throwing it at them. That's just not in my nature to do. So I do agree that kind of character is kind of scummy and they shouldn't really be in football games. But don't ask for it. Don't ask for it.
Yeah, but you
Don't
ask for it. You know the ones. It's like exactly. It's like being on
You know what
road
I
and you
mean?
go to the wrong ends and I get shanked, and then it's like, well, why'd you shank me for? It's like, bro, I came to yours block, like you know what I'm saying, bare face. Like I get it. Yes, we don't want people to be hurt.
That's a crazy analogy. That's a crazy.
No, but like we don't want to get hurt. You know the
Bro,
Boys.
that is a Mazzoline.
Bro, I've been
Boys,
caught slipping bare times, and I've asked myself, "What am I doing here?" You know the ones. I haven't asked why you've got the knife out.
Tempted said no coin in the stadium. Fixed. Are you mad?
That's tough.
I mean, look, it's a case of like,
You want
right?
Stewards to search everybody on the way in and say no coins. What is that,
Bro, they held Man United fans after the game. This derby is fierce. We're talking about we're not talking about, you know what I'm saying? We're not talking about Burnley versus Norwich. We're talking about the Rose
I
derby.
hear what Lola's saying though. Like, imagine the coin got lodged in man's skull. Like, you know what I mean?
Listen,
Yeah, man.
both. There's repercussions for both of them.
Peter, come on.
Hey,
What do you
guys,
I said, I don't like one side. I told you I don't like one side of this argument. It can't be the fan and the fan only. No chance in hell.
we guys, as much as this conversation is really good, we have to move on. We haven't covered a lot of the main topics, and we're nearly 2 hours in. So, where are we going next, Peter?
I guess we could go to the Arsenal. Should we go to the Emirates?
Yeah, man.
Should we go to the Emirates where Arsenal picked up a 2-1 victory? Arsenal. 2-1 victory, David, against the Bees. And we finally stung them after what they did to us on the opening day of the season.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Yes. No, hold that coin in the eye going over to the Man City end. Nap off. Anyway, sorry. David, yes, 3 points.
Peter's a
3
sicko.
points.
Peter's moved like Sabu.
No, he was. If you give it Brock Lesnar, I'm just saying, pin him 1, 2, 3. That's all I'm saying.
Brock Lesnar crosses people off the cage. That's not that.
Listen, like, you know.
Yeah,
exactly.
but let's be real.
That's
If
what I'm saying.
if I tell Brock Lesnar to shut up and he dashes me off the cage,
And he gives me the
his
F5.
His reaction is way worse than what I did to him. But you will agree that I deserved it.
Bro, I can't go to the police.
No one's gonna have sympathy for me if I tell Brock Lesnar to shut up and he punches me in the head. Like, that's my fault.
Listen,
Ain't his fault.
Listen, what we do not know what people will do. So do not even get in that place. Anyway, David, 3 points against the Bees.
3 points. 3 points.
3 points. We march on, okay? It was not, and it's obviously clear that you know our conversation about having no striker, Lacquer and Eddie. The truth of the matter is this: Emil Smith Rowe and Bukayo Saka. I need you to score 15 goals between you two, or 20 goals between you two between now and the end of the season. That's all I can hope for, because I'm not putting any hopes on my man over there.
C1 said ESR cutting inside, you know. Jeez, my Havertz stocks are as dry as Burnley's midfield. Look,
Oscar. Oh, guys, it was lovely to watch.
Hey, guys. Why does Emil Smith Rowe have that gene? he has the gene of like, I score goals. Like, it doesn't matter. You don't have to start me. I come off the bench and I bag. I'm ESR.
Oscar, I love it. Do you know what? I can't believe he's got as many goals as he's got this season.
He's got it.
I didn't even see him as a goal scorer. As such.
I didn't know he was a batsman.
I just knew he had the techers. I knew he had the technique. You know them way there.
Last season, you were calling him death row. I'm thinking, he's tidy with it, but he ain't death row. He might be death row, you know. He might be.
Bro, Oscar. I lie? Give them AD.
I don't know what tune was that, bro.
Hit him up, no?
Come on, bro. David, though, delicious stuff. The only negative I think you would say is, first of all, Lacazette is a waste of space in the Arsenal 11. And also, not having a clean sheet is very, very frustrating, especially the manner in which we conceded.
No, it was shocking defending. But, yeah, man, listen, 3 points is 3 points in it, bro. I can't complain. My only complaints this week is disrespectful Arsenal fans, blood. That's it, bro.
Talk to me.
Standing over Arteta and cussing out Thierry Henry, blood.
Yeah.
Absolute tools, bro.
Yeah.
Absolute
Lola,
tools.
Get onto them.
Lola, I need to talk to me, bro. Everyone's standing for Arteta, bro. Are they done, blood?
It's a joke thing. I mean, listen. Okay, is he right though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's right. I don't think the abuse was warranted. I don't think he was right though.
Okay. Can you clarify the comments, Peter, for those that didn't listen?
If as much as I know, in terms of the extract that was taken out that people are making noise about, is that Thierry Henry said that if Arsenal do not make the top 4 this year, it's a failure. Now, I don't necessarily go with that, because I think if we get in the top 4, if we get in the top 4 or top 5 this year, we're ahead of schedule, in my opinion.
No, but what schedule though is that in relation to your belief of the manager, or is it in relation to what you should be doing?
No, I think Arsenal's situation. I think Arsenal as a collective sat down at the start of the season, and the number one priority is let's get into Europe of some description.
That's what the board is saying. What should it be?
Well, we have the 5th or 6th best squad in the league. The only problem is the caveat I'll add into that, like I've been mentioning all season long. They've now got Conte down the road, so that puts us in the 6th position, in my opinion. And West Ham, by the way, are no mugs. I know they drew on the weekend, but they're no mugs. Like, they've been here for a little while. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think head to head, nobody could, if Arsenal and West Ham played in a Europa League 2-legged final, nobody would know who would win. Really, genuinely speaking, on the form that they've both been in this year, you couldn't put your house on one of them, because both could beat the other. Do you catch my drift? So,
I think what Henri's alluding to is because, you've got the massive game in hands over everyone. So,
do you know what, Robin? It's so funny. Do you know what Thierry Henry needs to do? Listen, TT, I love you. Honestly, I do. Have you seen our games in hand? It consists of Liverpool at home, Spurs away, Chelsea away. Okay, this idea of games in hand, forget about Arsenal's games in hand.
I think it's bigger than that.
Forget about those. Yeah, go on.
I think Thierry Henry looks at it like this. This is Arsenal Football Club. It's absolutely repulsive that we're getting flipping hard ones over the prospect of getting top 4.
I hear that.
This is my blood, my sweat, my tears. What the hell has become of my club? I think he's looking at it like that. He's like,
but when are we gonna step foot into reality? Okay,
that's the truth of the matter.
Manchester United are chasing top 4. Arsenal Football Club are chasing top 4. This is not 2004 anymore. All right.
I know the standards have dropped, blood.
So that's where they are.
And that's his problem. Like, it shouldn't be like this. That's what he said.
But they finished 8th twice in a row, and they have a squad that is not the 4th best squad in the league. So, in my estimation, if Arteta somehow pulls the rabbit out of the hat, as they say, and gets top 4,
and you know what's funny, Oscar? It's not like Thierry Henry even turned around and did it in retrospect. He said this at the start of the season. You know what I'm saying? He says in the comments at the start of the season, I said if they don't make top 4, it's a failure. So as far as Thierry Henry is concerned, it's a case of like, we're not here to jump into this reality bubble. We are the Arsenal. Do you catch?
Oh, I hate when people.
I understand you do, because I don't necessarily like it either. But at the same time,
you admit that you do it for other clubs, though.
Like where? Who? Like who?
Like Man United and Chelsea. You don't give
Man
any room
United,
for
Chelsea,
context.
you guys,
Man United and Chelsea. What do you mean?
You talk about them. You talk about them as the size of the club that they are, and not where they
Chelsea.
are. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What else? How else should I talk about Chelsea? In what other form should I talk about Chelsea? Because Chelsea are here. They're currently here fighting for the big things. Oscar, you had a good argument for Man United, but Chelsea need to leave aside.
But I do understand
credit.
I do understand Oscar's point in terms of that. You hold Man United and Chelsea to high regard because
of this last week.
But
I listen.
You don't hold Arsenal, your own team, as to that high regard when Oscar's trying to say that you should, because that's what you see them.
I'm not saying that you should. I never said that you should.
First of all, let me be very, very clear. Chelsea, by the way, Chelsea have not dropped their standards. Chelsea can and always will be the team that can win the league every year. But they don't. And when they don't, I look at them and say, look at yourselves. Manchester United have the resources to do anything and everything that they can. And they're still one of the richest clubs in the world. They still generate one of the most money in the world. So for me, Man United, I'm like, look at you. Arsenal's a different basket case. Arsenal is in like the case in terms of financially and facilities that Liverpool are in, for example. And Liverpool, what they're doing with their situation is outstanding. So Liverpool are raising the mark of what you should be doing as a modern forward-thinking football club. I hold Arsenal still in the same regard in terms of what you guys have just mentioned, because guess what? I don't think the manager should be the manager. Even if he makes the top 4, what have I been saying? I need a Don in my bench. I need a Don in my dugout. So for me, but what I was saying was at the start of the season, guess what? Because Arteta's starting the season this year, guess what I said? I said, guys, forget about it. It's a roller coaster journey. I'm just going to sit here and take the ride.
Let's be real. If you ask Thierry Henry, Arteta should have been the manager, and again, that's part of his thinking, isn't it?
Yeah, he agrees. Arteta should have been the manager, and from what I've heard from Thierry Henry, I don't even think Granit Xhaka should be playing, in his opinion.
Me and him agree.
The thought of him makes him sick, repulses him.
If Arsenal don't get top 4, it's a bottle job. I don't care what anyone says. It's in your hands. Don't mess up. You don't want United here. Lola also says not getting top 4 for every Big Six club is a failure. Regardless, it's not a sackable offence, but it is a failure.
That's a good point.
But Arsenal's level right now is not. Arsenal's level is not top 4. Arsenal's not a Champions League football club.
Is it even top 6?
And it hasn't been a Champions League football club. By the way, we last played in the Champions League in 2017. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And that was only one game in 2017 when we got absolutely rinsed by Bayern Munich, 10-2 on aggregate. We are not in that conversation. We need to, I want us to be there, and that's why I'm crying and I'm upset, because I don't want Mickey Mouseness. I don't want cheapness. I don't want novices and all this malarkey. Because really, we should be in the Champions League. When we, you look at the squad that Wenger left. You could argue it's the Champions League side. However, since then, it's just been decrepit after decrepit after decrepit. So, for me, I'm just like, okay, look, the fans attacking Henry, I think, is ridiculous. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. But Thierry Henry has a standard, which I think David is in that camp, where with David, it's like, fam, what are we talking about fighting for the top 6, fighting for the top 5, blah, 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 blah. Europa League. What is that? Them way. Whereas I'm like, look, I wish we had a better manager because we would be in the Champions League right now. But since I'm here, let me get my seatbelt on. I'm not gonna denounce the football club. I just said it's gonna be a bumpy ride, and it has been. And it can't be a failure in terms of it's not a bottle job. Somebody said bottle job, bro. Look, we haven't even played all the same amount of games as every other team this season yet. You know what I'm saying? The top 4, that the guys in the top 4 race have never been level on games for a long, long time. And even when we were,
because all of you lot had days off for COVID. You know what I mean? Some of us was playing. You know what I mean? San
Miguel. But at the same time, at the end of the day, it's like, look, TT's, because we can't, if we say the Rona on the YouTubes, you want to get us demonetized. I told you this last week.
Peter, did you have a foil hat?
Did I have a what?
A foil hat. Conspiracy theories. I respect it.
But I literally just I took the L at the start of the season. And I said, fine, this club doesn't want to do
well,
anything.
this game, obviously, not much to write home about. You comfortably beat Brentford as you should. Saka and Emma Smith Rowe on the goal sheet. Tenzin says, not one game a week, one game in 10 days, I believe his point was. Lola also says, Arsenal are the only team who play who had one game a week. I don't care. How much of the non-Europe do you think is a factor?
What, Oscar?
David and Peter.
David, correct me if I'm wrong here. I think it works against us because I've noticed in both. No, hear me out. When teams play like 2 games a week, the match fitness is like 100%. We are always entering games, and especially when we get weekends off and then we're playing midweek, we are leggy. Like we are so leggy. The Brentford game, we were leggy. The Wolves game, we wanted to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, but there's in my opinion, there's no excuse to be leggy. If you're leggy, there's a problem in your preparation for the game. But you have Wolves, 7 days to plan and prepare.
But other teams, for other teams, for example, though, will have like better match fitness than us, than the clubs we'll be playing against.
Yeah, but come on, like you're a professional club, like you're playing football. It's not like you're going months without playing.
We're kids, though.
You're not going months without playing
Oscar,
games.
What you got actually deep, Oscar? We're kids. Like
you're
actually
not
deep
months
that.
Without playing games.
We're kids. No, I know what you're saying, but I genuinely think because everybody is blowing after 15, 20 minutes.
Pete, you're saying having less games makes it harder for you. That's what you're telling me right now.
Match fitness, I'm talking about. I'm not talking about.
But you said
I'm
it
not
makes
talking about rest. I think it's working against us.
At the beginning of this question, you said, I think actually not being in Europe makes it harder. Pete,
I think not having 2 games a season.
You're not flying away to Slavia Prague and then coming back and facing Brentford at home. You're not doing these things, all right? It should serve you better if you prepare better. I'm not hearing any of this.
Look,
yes,
you can be prepared for the games. I'm not arguing that they're not 100% fit. I'm talking about match fitness. They're 2 different things. There's getting in shape and there's getting in ring shape, as they say in wrestling. So what I'm saying is that when other teams we're playing against have got more miles in the can, and then we're coming up with our kids, with our baby boomers, you know what I'm saying, 20-year-olds, coming onto the pitch, going away at Wolves. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not easy. I'm just saying it's not easy.
Your kids are fit because they're not playing.
But they're not match fit. Then I didn't say they're not fit. I said match fit. There's a difference.
Are you telling me? Are you telling me a guy that plays on a Saturday and then plays the game the next Saturday is not match fit?
That's not even what's happening, though, is it? Do your research. We're playing a game every 10 days. It's not even every week. Okay,
the extra 3 days is a bit.
No, I'm just saying, when you're playing, look, Liverpool have just played the other day. They're going to play in midweek and then maybe not this, midweek. Then they play again on the weekend, right? They are match fit. Those players are ready going.
Them? No, because the same players aren't going to play those games.
I disagree. Like, I think it's nuanced. Not for Liverpool, no, because
I'm just saying, look, I'm
that
just
continuity, that winning feeling.
It's exactly. It's of course it's always an upper hand. Yeah, but what my point is, what I'm saying to you is that I'm watching my team out of breath after 20, 30 minutes. And I'm saying this could be the fact that there is not enough games in the system for these players.
There's times I've seen my team be out of breath this season and we've played the most games of anyone.
Yeah, because you've had too many. Yeah, there's too many and there's too less. But both can be
these
true.
things can happen though. Robin, have you not seen your team this season look leggy and look devoid of energy? This happens.
I think it's trash. I don't care.
No, Oscar, all I was doing was giving an analysis of my team being tired after 25 minutes.
You need to give the analysis that Lola's giving right now. All I hear is bare excuses. Young team, who chose to do that? Too much time between games. Whose fault? Blah, blah, blah. As far as I'm concerned, you've got 1 game to get top 4. Play the Premier League to the best of your ability. Come on.
Guess what? Okay, well, guess what then? Let's just start over and get rid of the manager now. Because why are we doing this? No, but that's what she's saying. She's saying, whose fault is it that we got young kids? Whose fault is it that we got 1 game a week? It's like, okay, I get all that. I'm just saying, I'm looking at the analysis of these players and I'm looking at them like they're just not getting in that rhythm. Brentford looked much fitter against us and they're playing every single week.
Guys, I just hope next week and the week after that and the week after that, all of this context you're giving is applied to all the other teams in the league. Yeah? Cool. Tenzin says Peter has already started. No, you're giving context to how performances are going. I'm saying give context to everybody. You know what I mean?
No, because you asked the question, innit? Like, do you think out of Europe helps Arsenal? I'm saying, do you know what? I'm actually noticing something. I noticed something at Wolves away, and I noticed that Burnley, Wolves away, and then friggin' what? Brentford. Watch us on Thursday. You watch us on
Yeah,
Thursday.
you're going to be so tired.
No, we're going to run out of gas before Wolves do. We'll run out of gas before because I've seen it 3 games in a row now.
Fair enough. Tencent says Peter already started making excuses before Arteta bottles it. SW6 says, I get what Peter is saying about match sharpness. It's a rhythm thing, but Arsenal still got to be prepped.
Agreed.
I hear Peter though. Whenever Liverpool come back from a long week, we've played poorly. Lola says only one player is out of breath after 30 minutes, and that's that BBL model up top. Look,
now the link up play though, like man's dropping.
Oh, shut up, Adrian! Shut up. He should be on the bench.
Is he playing? Is he playing because he's captain now? That's just the genuine question.
He's playing because they got no one else. Robbie.
He should be on the bench.
He
should be on the bench. He should not start a game for between now and May. He should not start any of those games.
He's starting on Thursday. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but
you shouldn't. No one else. You got no one else.
Shouldn't. I'm gonna go in the dressing room and say Martinelli, please.
That's why Arsenal won't make top 4. Unfortunately.
Yeah, sadly we won't make it. Not because of anything else but scoring goals.
Not because you're too tired from having too much time off.
Okay, carry on.
I can't believe it.
I've got a question for Arsenal fans. Because for me, like, in my opinion, top 4 at the start of the season wasn't on the cards purely because I thought United were the 4th best team in the country. Is like, so for me, what I always said is 4th or 70 points. Like, if you let's say somebody gets 76 points, Arsenal gets 70. Is that a good season for you? Because for me, that's how I measure success, because it's not always based on league position. Sometimes you can have an amazing season. Let's say you get 72 points, but you're just a little bit unlucky, you know? So,
our last 2 seasons, we got 61 and 56 points. So 70 points, I'd bite your hand off for it right now.
Okay, thank you.
I'd friggin' snap your hands off for it. David, anything on this game, anything on the Arsenal that you want to discuss? You don't want to discuss anything. You don't want to talk the Arsenal.
Same old, bruv.
Peter,
apparently, I just one quick point. Apparently, somebody's tweeted. Unfortunately, like Liverpool are playing at the same time, so I could have watched this game. But apparently, someone tweeted that Arteta coached a 5-0. Is that true?
Arteta coached a 5-0.
Apparently, Arsenal were unreal. I'll be honest. I believe
life, man.
No, I believe in Arteta. I'm being genuine. But
we know you.
Why? Why?
No, because we've seen a progression from Arsenal across the season, bro. Like, I questioned every single signing Mikel Arteta made. I said, what the hell is this guy doing? From Ramsdale, I said, this guy's an awful relegation standard keeper. I didn't even think he was fit enough to be number 2. Ben White, why the hell did you go to Brighton and you left without Basuma?
Yeah.
Tomiyasu, I thought the guy can't defend. Like, what is he? He's a hybrid. Is he a centre back? Is he a right back? What can he do? Martin Odegaard. I said, why aren't you going to get Maddison? I said, this guy, he was good when he was 15. He was a hot prospect in Norway. He came, he stunk it up when he played for Arsenal. I saw nothing in him. So for me, I look at all the things I got wrong about Arteta, and I said, you know what? Maybe the guy's onto something here. Let's give him time. That's been my thing about Arteta.
He's got to the end of the season, blood. If we're not in top 4, I am done with him.
I disagree. I'd give him a 9.
Give him what?
I'd give him a 9. For me.
What, if he made top 4, you mean?
Yeah. No.
No, I said I'll give him to the end of the season. And I'll see where you finish, and I'll judge you.
I think you got to give him next season, because you're still cooking, bro. You're still like, he's still trying to get what he wants.
Adrian believes in the mill. He believes in the mill that's being made. Yes, Oscar.
We have a question for you.
I'm not sure if I believe in the mill, but give me a chance to taste it.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, let me taste the mill.
Mohammed Mojo says, question for Peter. What was your expectations for Arsenal before the season starts?
Mo, I think he was on that Twitter Spaces when I got absolutely rinsed because I said Arsenal should finish 5th in the league because they got the 5th best squad. When I walked into the season with no European football and the team that I had, which included Aubameyang, by the way, 5th place was for me where I said that's acceptable.
Peter, do you think if Arsenal made top 4 with Arteta, he would be in contention for manager of the season?
No.
Why not?
How can he be? I look at the managers around and I think, what on earth is David Moyes doing? What's David Moyes doing in this top 4 race? Number 1.
Also overachieving.
Number two, I look at Guardiola and Klopp. One of them's going to win the league title, and of course they have to be up in there.
One of them's not going to win the league title.
Yeah, but so one or the other. Okay, Arteta, you can argue maybe might get into that position, but I look at people like what Graham Potter's doing at Brighton and what Bruno Lage has done at Wolves.
And also factor in the amount
what's Graham Potter doing?
Money in the summer.
Oscar, if my team is the 5th best squad in the league and it finishes 4th, he doesn't get manager of the season. No. It's impossible.
No, I said is he in contention? I don't think he gets it.
No. I mean, in the same way Bielsa was in contention last year. Yes. If that's what we're doing. By that metric.
Look, they have the short list. There's 6 names in the short list. I think
6 names.
Yo. Did Wenger ever get top manager of the season for finishing 4th? No. Why am I giving
he never did. No,
Wenger had Thierry Henry.
Yeah, it's a different.
No, but he's talking about Oscar. He's talking about Emirates era. Come on,
Emirates era, bro.
He had a better Arsenal squad than you have now.
What?
Yeah,
what are we talking about?
What are you talking about?
Wait, Oscar. Go to 2009. Go 2010 and 11. 2012. Go look at those squads.
Guys, it was a different climate though. It was easy to make it.
And by the way, guys, we finished third. We finished third more times than we finished 4th. So go have a look at that squad.
Is your striker
when?
Now.
Alex Lacazette. Who was our striker then? Javinho and Giroud.
Don't do that like you did Van Persie and Adebayor. Don't do that.
Van Persie, but you didn't see Van Persie past November. Did you?
Come on, man.
I forgot what he looked like when the new season started. I forgot what he looked like.
Bro,
he always played in a t-shirt.
Out here. He's playing Martinelli, Saka, and Emil Smith-Rowe.
Oscar,
starting games.
If he's
we had Ben Ayoun, bro. We had Ben Ayoun, guys.
I don't want to argue.
It was a different time, man.
David, he'll be in the short list of the top 6. He would be. He'd be in the short list of the 6. Oscar's asking me if he should be the manager of the year. Nobody.
No, I never asked you that once. I never asked you that once.
Trophies for nonsense.
I never asked you that once,
man. Go in the league. Go win the league, then we can start talking, bruv.
Go win the league.
David Thierry Henry. Generous Thierry Henry Dave.
Chelsea. They won on 1-0 on the weekend, but they had to make a better.
God, you lot are the worst team to watch. Oscar talks bare about Man City. I can't believe you can even bring City in your mouth. Yes, when I look at what you filled out. Jesus of Nazareth. How does any Chelsea fan watch Chelsea?
Hold on. Have I not been telling you guys this every single week that we're telling?
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
You don't argue with me when I say that we're bad.
I'm not surprised. I'm just saying. By the way, we just said your team is dross. That's what we just said. It's boring to watch. That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
Quick question: are you concerned with your games coming up that you might potentially, depends what happens, you might be dragged into this top 4 battle?
No, why on earth would I be concerned about that?
Rubinho.
Shall I tell you our next? Shall I tell you our next fixtures?
Rubinho.
Shall I tell you our next fixtures? No. Robin.
Yeah.
Should I tell you Chelsea's next fixtures? Because
I know you got, but I don't after that.
No. Our next fixtures are actually make me think that if Man City and Liverpool are not serious, we might be right back there.
Oh, bloody hell.
As in, I know we're not because we're trash. I know we're not because we're trash. But look at the fixtures: Burnley away, yeah. Newcastle United at home, Norwich at home, Norwich away. Sorry, Brentford at home. In my estimation, that should be 4 wins on the spin, yeah. And Chelsea don't win games back to back. But we just won. We just won last weekend. I can't remember. Did we win the week before? Yeah, my mind's gone blank.
Club World Cup, so I don't know. What did you have before that? Is the question.
Before that, we had a game. I don't remember. But look, that's a run. That would be a run of 5 wins in a row, which it should be. Like, I know Chelsea are shocking, but it should be. The next 2 games after that are Southampton and Leeds away. I don't believe in my team to go there and win those 2 games. I don't. But the 4 games before that, like, if you're asking me about dropping into the top 4, no way on God's green earth are we going in that top 4 battle. We're securing our 3rd place position. Like, we are crap, don't get it twisted, and we're going to play rubbish, just like we played against Crystal Palace. We were absolutely horrible. Mohammed reminded me, he said,
real quick. Wait, I was like, hold on, 4 points from you. I was like, I thought you guys got up. Yeah.
The points have always been close, and Abdi and those guys in the comments have always been saying, yo, if Chelsea don't pattern up, this team's behind, this team's behind. But the teams behind us are somehow are worse than us. I don't know how, but Man United, Arsenal, Spurs, you guys have somehow found a way to be worse than this Chelsea team who went to Palace and our number 9 had 7 touches in a game. 7.
Farcical.
One of those touches was kickoff.
We do need to talk about that because
Oscar, he had 2 touches in the first half. One of those was kickoff. The 3 touches he had in the goal for Ziyech, which was then disallowed, those are included in the 7.
No, they're not. They're included as one. They're included as 1 touch, not 3.
What?
So they are. It's included but 1.
So what? All those little taps on the ball, then he assisted to Ziyech as 1 touch.
He had the ball. Like when you pass him the ball and he moves with the ball, that they counted that as 1 touch. They didn't.
Guess what? Then them stats are fake. How can he touch the ball 3 times in 1 run, but then we call it 1 touch? Then it's fake. Then the 7 touches are not even as bad as I think they are. Then
that's still bad because you got 10. Then okay, wow,
it's awful. It's awful.
What did you?
Look. It's absolutely shocking. And obviously, I was at Selhurst on the weekend, and I saw Lukaku, and I was there with Mohammed, who's leaving comments. Big up Mo.
Any racial abuse?
Yeah, but why? No, there was.
I'm asking. When a black player doesn't do well, he gets racially abused.
Hey, let me tell you this.
That's become customary this year.
People were shouting and screaming at Lukaku. I did not hear any racial abuse.
Okay.
Was he running though?
I could tell you what though. I could tell you what. If Wilf Zaha scored the winner and ran over to us, there probably would have been some racial abuse then.
Oh yeah.
but
Tell him to naff off to the Homesdale end.
You black, see you next Tuesday. You daft.
But just on Lukaku for a second, and then I'll go into the rest of the team performance. The guy didn't move, man. The guy didn't move, and I've been quite.
Do you know how annoying that is?
I haven't been harsh on Lukaku. I haven't been harsh on him, to be honest. I've been more concerned with how the team is playing, how the team is getting the ball to him. What is Tuchel's plan? What is his identity? What is his idea on the pitch? Because, I'm a bit disillusioned with that. And me and Mohammed go back and forth every single day arguing about, what the best plan of attack is.
Where's Mohammed on Lukaku? What stance is he on?
Me and him have been similar this season. We've been more so. You can leave your comments, Mo, if I'm misquoting you. But we've been more so on the the team hasn't been able to figure out how to get the best out of him. And I think when you asked me, Robin, you've got your German manager. Adrian, you've got your German manager. Before any of these guys came to the league, I heard the myth about this Gegen press and what it does and why these German managers love to press. I didn't fully understand it until Tuchel got here. And within 2 days of a training session, we played Wolves, and I saw this team counter-press like I've never seen anyone counter-press before. We won the ball back. We had the most recoveries we'd ever had in the season. And I said, this is what this Gegenpress thing is all about. You win the ball high up, that creates chances for you. Guess what? We signed a £100 million striker who does not press. He can't do it. It's impossible. So that means everything that Tuchel had built in finding a team that could actually win games and go and win the Champions League and be successful, it's undone when you play Lukaku. It's just undone.
And who we blaming? Hold on. Before you move on, who we blaming for that then?
It's 50-50. It's 50-50 for me. I think you have to look at Tuchel because it's like, what do you want to do? If your style is this counter-pressing style, then why are you compromising it for this striker? If not, play Havertz. Don't sign Lukaku. Play Havertz. Why are you trying to get a guy who can't press the press?
I don't think he wanted Lukaku. In my honest opinion, I don't think Thomas Tuchel wanted to sign him.
He wanted Erling Haaland. That's what he wanted.
This is like what? Remember Shevchenko, Fernando?
Yeah, but that's. It's not like Shevchenko though. It's not.
I mean, the hot property was, these players were hot property in the summer, and he put the best striker that was currently on the market out. One of the best strikers out there on the market. He's won the league. Because actually, Oscar, the way you eloquently put that, Thomas Tuchel has a direction of how he wants to have his teams playing, and the fact that there was such little activity in the summer raised a flag for me because I know for sure. He doesn't want to have all these players that he's got in his squad. It's obvious.
He doesn't trust half of them.
So the fact that the one signing he was given was worth 100 million quid, and it was a bit like, look, here's a shiny diamond. You might not need that right now, but I want it, as in Roman. I want it. you need to make something happen with it. He's worth 100 million quid. That's my
disagree.
humble
I
personal
disagree.
opinion.
I think they had a conversation, and he said, "I would like a striker. I would like Erling Haaland." And they said to him, "We can't get Erling Haaland. We tried to get Erling Haaland. Would you take Lukaku?" And he said, "Yes." That's my opinion on what happened in this situation. I
don't think he would have
yes,
said no. Yeah,
give me
no.
Lukaku, and he's forcing Lukaku in this team, and it's not working.
What
And
would
I'm
your
just like,
alternative have been though?
well, if Lukaku can't do what you want to do, don't sign him.
Yeah, but we knew this already, bro. Everyone,
No,
I'm
but
pretty
you
sure
can't- you
scouts.
can't.
No, the scouts. I'm not talking about everyone who works at the club. Should you scout the player? You say, does he think? No.
But look, David, you're talking to me about scouts.
Oscar, your mic's gone low. Your mic's gone low. We can't hear you properly.
Yo, you still hear me?
Yeah, now you're
Oh,
good.
there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, you're clear now.
David's talking to me about scouts. Where were these scouts when we signed Werner? Where were these scouts when we signed Havertz? Where were these scouts when we signed all of these bad signings?
Aye.
By the way,
So-
Oscar, it's a good point you make
Chelsea
there.
don't
By
know
the way,
nothing about scouts.
let's be clear. The scouting regime in football, across football, is getting dire.
Garbage.
It's getting dire.
Absolute garbage.
Do you know what I blame? I blame directors of football. But carry on, Oscar.
Let me go into some comments because I could rant for ages on this situation because it gets on my nerves. Lola says, also, Lukaku is not feeling it at all. I will say the comp he's getting for the 7 touches from Sky is mad because when Kane has been moving mad, I didn't see comps from Sky. Kane, in this exact fixture, went to Crystal Palace and had 9 touches. Where were the comps?
It was a 7, to be fair.
Where were the... Is that what we're doing now?
Look, it was a record low.
Hey, you're bad. You're bad, man.
No. It wasn't a record low. It wasn't a record low.
Apparently it was. I heard everywhere that it was.
Guys. This is the lie that they spin. This is the lie that they spin. So
Agendas.
it was a record low since data had began for a player that played 90 minutes. Now, if you have 5 touches and get subbed off in the 80th minute, like it's a record low, but like your agenda can be your agenda. If you wanted to do the complicated,
No, but he finished the game though.
No, but you could have done that for Kane if you wanted to.
Huh? What do you mean?
What? Okay.
Both of you are true. Both are right.
Lola's comment is clear to see, and you're telling me the reason Lukaku's is different is because it was a record low. And I'm telling you could have found a stat that made Kane's one a record low too. They didn't find that stat. Do you get what I'm saying?
What? Did he get less than 7 touches?
Bro.
Maybe 8 is the low. Maybe 8 was the low and Kane got 9.
Maybe
8 is the low and Kane got 9.
Maybe I'm being a bit dense, but look, the proof's in the pudding. If 7 is the lowest, they announced it.
9 at that point could have been the lowest, and they didn't say pin.
What was the lowest before, Adrian? What was the lowest before 7?
8. But the thing is, I thought Adrian was being tongue in cheek, and Oscar fell for it. That's what I thought was going on here.
Dead ass.
That's why I said Adrian's bad, man.
Adrian's tongue in cheek, man.
I know Adrian.
Tongue in cheek.
Hang on a minute. What? So if a man costs £100 million and he stinks it up like it's never been stunk up before, talk about it.
He should.
100%.
So if the man costs 98, are you not going to talk about it?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah,
exactly.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
It's the same. Well, we even actually talk about him like the same way we talk about Jack Grealish recently. Like,
exactly.
Robin, man, keep the watch on that guy. Keep the watch on that guy.
He's got the rollie on him.
I got cooked. They said it was too early.
No, you got cooked for one reason and one reason only. You were biased and you didn't want to put Sancho in there, but you put your boy in there. So
yeah, that
was the only reason you got cooked. That was the only reason.
And it's the fact that you know what, your Werner watch was delicious last year. It was a shiny diamond last year, and I thought, bro, he's come back again. He's only purchased one watch. We need 3. We need 3 watches of Robin.
Peter, you wanted to hear
there's another watch. I think there might be another watch shortly. Another one.
Give them.
What? Who? What's it?
No, we'll see you soon in a minute. Yeah. It's actually a very surprising one that you would expect from me.
Okay, fair enough. Mohammed said Lukaku was done for that interview. All he did was put pressure on himself. Our fans love to scapegoat players, and Lukaku made himself an easy target. Interview and the performances since. Yeah, man, he's shocking. He's been absolutely shocking lately. I can't really defend him. I've tried my hardest to defend Lukaku, but since the interview, he's done nothing but play poorly.
Is he fit, Oscar? Is he in shape?
Not true.
I don't know who to answer first.
AD first.
Yes, he's fit, man. Yes, he.
Okay.
I don't. The whole season. I'm
So
not.
why doesn't he run?
Because you're giving him a way out. This is my
He
thing.
needs 1
I'm
million.
not giving him a.
He needs
shouldn't
1
be
million a
unfair.
day.
No. But that fitness thing is a way out because you're saying that he can't move. Like he can't. No, it's use your brain. Like if you know that you can run this way. Like this is why part of me is like Thomas Tuchel. Like do something. Like juke something for me. I beg you. Because when Hudson-Odoi has a bad game, we see it on the cameras. Man puts his arm around Hudson-Odoi and says, "You need to be here. You need to be here. You need to do this. You need to do that, bro." I go to games here and I see him barking at players on the touchline, absolutely barking. There's no way Lukaku can be standing still in training and you're not shouting at him, telling him to move. There's no way. There's no way. Are you telling me that Thomas Tuchel is telling him to do something and he's not doing it? Is that what we think is happening there?
He's not telling him to walk around and get 7 touches in 90 minutes. Let's be real.
But bro, like this is all part of the system, though. The system is trash, guys.
I think the system isn't for the players you got right now. I think he does need to get his players in, and I think we'll see a very nice Chelsea.
His
side.
players. Look at Lola's comment. Look at Lola's comment. So what we saying? Every attacker in the summer gone for Chelsea.
There's 4 that are surplus. There's at least 4 that are surplus.
Yeah,
Sell
all of the forwards can go. They can all
Sell
go.
everyone. What is
So
that?
Oscar-
What is that?
Oscar, what's your
solution?
what's your solution for next season then?
I'm saying
What are you saying?
Tuchel needs to figure out how he wants to play. If that is, I'm gonna do this counter press thing, then we have to bin Lukaku. Get rid of the guy. Yeah, go on.
Okay.
I want Lukaku to stay, but
I agree with that.
pick your team and pick your system.
So what
Personally,
are we saying differently?
because he's doing this hodgepodge thing. He's playing Lukaku.
No, I said, what are we saying differently? Because we just said we should get rid of what you've got, and you're like,
because you guys are saying get rid of every attacker. People keep telling me the attackers are trash, and I'm saying Lukaku is not trash. None of these players are trash.
No, we're saying it that they're not. It's not working in this Chelsea fit.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah, no one's saying they're trash.
You know,
Werner's trash, by the way. Werner's trash, by the way.
We're in agreement there.
Yeah. Your mic's gone low again. Don't know why.
I don't know what that is.
It's like muffling it. It's like some kids blocking it. I don't know what's
it's like someone's trapping it. But Oscar, would you sign any players this window? Do you need to?
What window? What are you talking about?
Summer window.
Oh yeah, I'd sign a DM so we can play an expansive formation. I don't want to.
Is that all you need? Just a DM?
I ain't trying to see us play 5 at the back, like as a thing.
No, I'm just saying. But what else? Just a DM? Anything else?
We're going to need to replace the centre backs that are leaving. That's about it.
So centre backs and DMs. Okay, that's what you
Who's
don't want to do.
Christensen, Rudiger.
Christensen, Aspie, and Rudiger have not signed deals. We're probably going to sign one of them, but those three are out in the summer. They are available to talk to other clubs right now.
I'd only want to keep Rudiger. I'd only cry over Rudiger if I was a Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
I ain't crying over any of them.
Baraka says the problem is that we have players from different managerial eras: Conte, Sarri, Lampard, and now Tuchel. Like that is what it is. But this is management, man. This is management at Chelsea Football Club. You don't walk into Chelsea Football Club and get a whole bunch of new players.
Do you know what, Oscar? Do you know what it is though? Here's where I'm standing, because I look at Klopp and Pep and I see that they were able to go and mold a team to their suitability, and I think Chelsea have got resources that are beyond measure, and they could do the same. So I always feel like, I know you might think we're giving Tuchel an excuse where we're saying he's not got his players, right? And you might think, well, no, hang on a minute. You're a manager. Sort out with what you've got, because you've got talented players. And that's fair enough. That's a fair enough argument. But I do think it's not fair because the other 2 teams that are above you were allowed to mold their teams. I think Tuchel should be given the chance to mold his team, especially the success he's brought to Chelsea Football Club. I think it's the least they could do.
If I asked you guys a question, if Thomas Tuchel had all the resources in the world and had all the players that he wanted, is he playing this formation?
He might not. I don't know.
No,
he might not.
He's not.
I don't think so.
When Man City, when Pep went to Man City, did he play his formation?
Not anymore. No. Do you remember his first season, Oscar, when he had Sanya and Clichy basically in the DM position? I don't see Carl Walker and Cancelo doing that.
No, but like he's changed. He's evolved over 5 years. He's evolved over 5 years. The place he was trying to get Man City to, he started in that place. Same with Jurgen Klopp. He was doing the heavy metal thing when he didn't have the players to do the heavy metal thing. Yeah, and he brought the players in. bro.
I think because no, Oscar, I know your question, and I think it's a good question.
I don't
but
know.
He,
I don't know
but
what
he is at
Tuchel wants to
Chelsea.
do.
He's at a place where his neck's on the chopping board, even as a Champions League champion and a
He
World
hasn't
Club
got time.
champion. His neck is still. He could still get fired this season. That's
Yeah,
how
he
crazy
can.
it
He
is.
can, but man,
You know what I'm
man
saying?
didn't, like, no one cares about that when
Wow, that's
when
harsh.
you're.
Then that's harsh.
No. I
Oscar,
care.
deep
But
this though.
Yeah, that's.
Like,
But we care.
because we want to talk about a manager like him putting his imprint on a football club, right? Jurgen Klopp lost 6 games at home in a row. 6.
Tuchel could never. do
Tuchel
that.
won a Champions League.
yeah,
What? Klopp has more job security than Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah.
Off the back of those 2 seasons, and he had more. Although we never spent money, he had more might in the transfer window as well.
yeah, I get that. I get that. But
Yeah, I just think we wish that Tuchel had the same paintbrush that everybody else had.
Look.
He doesn't because he's at Chelsea.
one thing I will say on Tenson's point, Tuchel needs his wing backs back up 100%. Reece James and Chilwell going down. One of the most disjointing things to happen to our season. Think about if Liverpool lost Trent and Robertson, where would they be? They'd probably be where we are. They'd probably be where we are.
I mean, to be fair, we kind of saw it last season when Liverpool lose key players anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, and let's be real. The importance of James and Chilwell at that time was akin to a Trent and Robertson. I'm gonna.
Do you remember that narrative, guys?
Say it, yeah.
Best fullback pairing in the world and whatnot.
Hey man, hey, I didn't say it, but it was up there. You know what I mean? It was up there,
No.
You know?
Now it's back down to reality.
What's Mo saying? We need to wrap up, guys. What's Mo saying?
I can't believe Peter's telling me that. That's crazy.
Shut up.
The system isn't a problem, guys. We've changed the setup before, during games. We aren't effective because some of our players aren't capable to do what we're asking them to do. You see, that's where me and that's.
By the way, I agree with Mo there. By the way, Ziyech. By the way, like his technique. I mean, blood. You know, like I was a fan of Ziyech, and then he was letting me down. I was so annoyed with him. I'm getting vexed with him. Then he's got 3-3 or whatever it may be, and I'm like, even his finishes that he took for the goals that he, one that was offside, or whatever. Great finishes, great technique, great touches. There's you don't lose techers. That's for sure.
And lastly, on Chelsea, Lola says something I completely agree with. She said Tuchel needs to do better with the attackers, in my opinion. Ziyech, Lukaku, Captain America, Mount. I'm not going to say his name. Cho. I know for a fact these lot were gassed up and loved. Tuchel must be doing better with these guys. I don't think, as Mo's saying, that those group of players are incapable of doing what they're asked.
Oscar, here's the thing. Here's why I said that he must do better. Hang on, he's got the Club World Championship with Lukaku in there. He's won the Champions League last year with the tools to get at his disposal. What more do you want him to do? Like what?
No. It's isolated. It's more so because I get, like, for example, on Saturday we won the game. We got 3 points. What more can you want, right? We won the game.
Yeah,
but we played dreadful. We played dreadful.
And that's the thing. At the end of the day, he's collected how many finals and trophies has he collected since he's been at Chelsea? It's a joke.
He's not.
It's a joke. And we're saying there he needs to do better with his strikers. Now, he must do better. I'm like, come on. Yes, I understand where everyone's coming from, but I think he's now he said, look, guys, I've given you trophies, I've got you into finals. Now, please let me have my thing.
And also, let's not forget, these were players that are flopping before you got here. It's not
real.
It's not like these are all guys that were delivering outside of spells, and he's drastically down their output.
Hold on, you're talking. You can't. That's not fair. That's not fair. Players were all flopping before he got here. First of all, Lukaku was off winning the Player of the Year in Italy, and then the rest of these guys, were the rest of these German boys were signed by Frank Lampard, and Frank Lampard was fired because he couldn't get the best out of them. We brought in a world-class manager, and guess what? He can't get the best out of them.
So then my question becomes: was spending 100-odd million on Kai Havertz the right thing to do? Was buying a Raki Racer from RB Leipzig the right thing to do? Is Christian Pulisic as good as we think he is? I don't know, man. I don't know.
I know we want to move on, so we'll park this and come back to it next week. Big up Mohammed, big up Abdi for contributing as well. He says not one of these Chelsea attackers start for any of the other big teams.
I'd say inform Lukaku. Inform Lukaku does it.
Yeah, if Lukaku gets you 20 league goals, which he hasn't done in the Premier League before, but if he gets you 20 league goals,
what do you mean? He's never scored 20 in the league. I'm surprised.
Let me go check. Let me
He
check. those
probably
stats.
hasn't, to be
But,
fair.
but yeah,
Quick, you, are you at home tomorrow against Lille or you're away?
We are at home. I'm going to
Alright.
the game, and the champions of the world.
oh, he's gone and done it, John.
He's got the badge.
Why does it say 2021? That's a farce.
Because
Yeah.
it was supposed to be in December, but Corona said no. Look,
Okay,
yeah,
fair
the
enough.
couple was in December. The couple was in December, but obviously Corona said move or San Miguel. Is that to say?
Okay.
Yeah. Apparently he scored. Yeah, Peter, come on, he scored 20 goals for Everton. Peter, why is Peter doing that?
Okay.
Yeah,
I
you
said,
might-
I said, let me
yeah.
check the stats. I said, let me check the stats. I was literally going to check the
Pete,
stats.
let's breeze through the rest of the fixtures and get to the awards.
Oh yes, of course. By the way, Burnley, ladies and gentlemen, huh? Was it Burnley or Barcelona at the Amex Stadium? 3-0 winners.
Oh, boy.
Unbelievable scenes, Jeff. What a time to be alive.
Workhorse is a player. By the way, Newcastle, I think Newcastle are safe now, but they fumbled the Chris Wood move, you know.
They're expecting what Verkhorst is for Burnley. They're expecting what Chris would be for West Ham, for Newcastle.
Yeah, no, because
Did
don't
you-
get me wrong. I get the principle, but they pulled the trigger too early. Because my thing is, they wanted to essentially relegate Burnley, right? So they wanted to take away their best striker, but they're just going to bought an even better one.
Mate, it's amazing stuff. It's amazing scenes. This relegation battle is juicy fruits. We have to wait and see how it goes down to the end of the season.
Even Norwich, I wouldn't say Norwich are down and out just yet, you know.
Honestly,
Bites and the flavor's gone.
what did you say? Sorry, Robin.
Juicy fruits. 2 bites and the flavor's gone. Nah, we can't have that.
You're a funny guy. Wolverhampton Wanderers beating Leicester City. By the way, I told you guys Burnley are staying in the Premier League. I said that at kickoff, and I said it again last week. But anyway, we'll move on.
Yeah, Robin, I don't know what's going on with your mic, but there's a bit of feedback coming from
Is it his mic?
Yeah.
Might be in for me, so now I'm talking through like the main phone, so that's why you might get feedback through. That's
Yeah.
Bruno, what's his name? 2-1 Wolves. Bruno Lage, obviously Podence. Did man see what Podence did to Yuri Tillemans' intestines?
Does he give you the vibes? Guys?
Are you feeling the vibe? And Pedro Neto coming off the bench.
No, I'm saying, does Podence give you the vibes?
Oh, I've missed that. Don't worry.
Does he miss that? Does he give you the EH10? Does he give you that?
Listen, did you see what he did? Did you see what he did to Tillemans' intestines?
Oh,
Did anyone watch it?
Nah, he was saucing.
Oh,
yesterday.
Giving him the
Brilliant
dribble.
goal as well.
Guys, Brendan Rodgers is the favourite to be the next manager sacked in the Premier League. What are your thoughts?
Manchester United, here we come.
Hell no.
I swear down. I want you to get David Brent. I beg you.
So much.
Get the UK office man in there. I would love every ounce. I'll be drinking it in.
Mohammed says Wolverhampton really surprised me. I wasn't sure what to expect with their new manager, but he's made them look solid defensively. Bruno medium.
I was singing it from the hilltops in August, Mo. I said Bruno Lage, watch out for him. Schmeichel,
I think he's a solid keeper.
First of all, when does he not concede a goal and wait for offside? How many times does he concede a goal and his hand goes straight up?
Yeah, you got look. You got to try your luck in it. You know what I mean?
Michael, man, nepotism at its finest.
Yeah, he needs to get out of here.
You saw his dad do it before VAR. I'm playing for Man United.
As you mentioned, West Ham drew with Newcastle United 1-1. Newcastle doing good. I mean, without St. Maximin, without Wilson, without Trippier, fair play to them. Fair play to Newcastle.
They just had Wilcox.
They feel different. They feel different though. I don't know if you watched the game. He scored the goal. He scored the equalizer. So, yeah.
I wasn't.
You missed the joke. You missed it.
You missed it, man.
I went over your head.
I was thinking at him.
Go on. I missed it. Damn it.
Maybe this is Willock's time of the season where he just goes on a crazy run. How many was it? 8 games in a row or something?
He did when he was there last year. Yeah.
Did you see their midfield? Their midfield was Big Joe, Little Joe, and John Joe.
Oh.
Ain't Willock like 5'11" as well?
Yeah, but when he stands next to Joe Linton,
he's young buck, isn't it? He's young buck.
Yo, is Joe Linton still playing good? By the way,
I don't know, man. I didn't watch the game.
I can't get that Man United game out of my head. I can't believe what I saw.
He just looks solid in the midfield now.
I was
It's
like,
hilarious. It's
Hey,
hilarious.
Lola says Joe Linton and Willock are enjoying the midfield under the
Yo,
new manager.
man, them. Credit to Eddie Howe. Man.
Yeah, man, he's
Give him a
straight.
little go. Listen, I saw a new atmospheric Newcastle side away at West Ham with none of their best players on the pitch, and they did that performance. Now West Ham will be gutted because they drew at home to Newcastle when they're trying to fight for Champions League positions. David, anything to take from that match? You were there at the London Stadium. Nothing to take. Okay, never mind.
Why are people
what
telling me
for
Willock
Bruno?
is 6'1"? Next to Joe Linton, Willock is a small boy.
He's picking them.
He's small.
By the way, speaking of Newcastle's midfield, is Bruno still loading? Yeah,
He's still loading.
He hasn't started the game.
I ain't seen him.
Hasn't started the game, bro.
I don't watch Newcastle play.
Man's busy learning English, not seeing the
Why
stories.
he's learning English, bro? He said English is very difficulty. I said, yeah.
Bro.
I can be honest with you. That makes sense, you know.
And to learn the Geordie one, he's in for a
Why I
hard
had
time.
that.
Nah,
Yeah,
I died when I read that. When I read it, I was dead.
I said English is difficulty.
Oscar, Aston Villa 0, Watford 1. Can you believe Royce Hodgson's men, ladies and gentlemen, getting the 3 points at Villa Park? Listen, if there's one thing I will give Roy Hodgson and Sean Dyche in these relegation battles, them man don't panic. Them man don't panic. And
They've been there before.
You got to have that stillness. You see people like Dean Smith. I worry for people like him. I worry for Eddie Howe. I worry for the Brentford, Thomas Frank and them lot. Because if you start wobbling, guys, you will sink. Frank Lampard. Let's go over there right now. Southampton 2, Everton 0. Everton are in a relegation battle.
I need to pause you there because I did talk about watch.
Did you watch? Tell me.
So, I bought this watch on loan.
Give it to me. Come on.
Because it's expensive. It was an expensive watch. I was like, I can't buy it. It's expensive on my heart.
What, Donny?
But unfortunately, I'm on Van der Beek watch now.
Oh my God.
I am.
Why?
This is bizarre.
What?
Go to bed, Robin. You're tired. Go to bed. You've had a long flight. You've had a long journey from Paris. You've had a long journey.
Wait.
One too many croissants.
Call it a night.
The reason being this. That's why I said it will surprise you. I did say it will surprise all of you.
You did say that.
You know what?
Lampard. You should have said
Robin might have a good answer, you know.
Yeah,
Because
go
The
on,
reason
Robin. Say your
I
point.
think I know what he's going to say.
that's why I said it's on the loan because I want to return it. My basic reason is that he's had 3 managers now coming to the Premier League and barely played. Now playing in an Everton team when he's essentially supposed to be the quote unquote best player or one of the top 20 players in Europe. I'm watching him for this reason alone. I want him to thrive. I want him to be in the Everton team and try and do something out of there. And if he does, then I'll return the watch. It's not a watch of that. I don't hate him.
Robin.
I don't think he's in there. But
So you got to watch. You got to watch on Klarna, yeah?
yeah, pretty much.
Robin,
Alone.
can I ask you a question? Wait, can I ask Robin a quick question? Are you aware that Donny van der Beek won man of the match last week?
I know he did. But
He
I'm
won man of
saying,
the match in a 3-0 win.
Oscar, can I do a part B to that question? Can I do a part B? Robin, are you aware he plays for Everton Football Club?
I know. I'm well aware. How
can he be on the watch? At least Dele Alli. On the watch.
Because Dele Alli was a long time ago.
Yeah,
But that's what I said. There's a reason why I'm watching him.
But listen, Robin, if he fails at Everton, I think that's more Everton than it is him. In all honesty.
Yeah. She said,
He's
how many
at
starts has he had at Everton? He can't load. No, like, he got man of the match last week in a 3-0 win.
I know. You say that's one game. Everton have been damaged. They've been panned 2-0 and 3-0.
But it's not on him. Do you know what, Robin? He was
my reasoning. I said I want him.
I hear that, but on watch. Come on, Robin. Remember the caliber you've had on the watch. You've had Timo Werner on that watch. Very well done. Have you had Grealish on the watch?
I said Grealish was on. I was on Grealish.
You put Grealish on the watch. People like Donny van de Beek. Listen, he's gone to hell, and you're asking him to do heavenly miracles. Come on, he's at the. First of all, look at his manager, and secondly, look at his football club.
But then this is the same thing we said about Grealish. And when I put on watch, everyone said crazy. Look what's happened. Where is he? What's going on?
You were right about Grealish.
Yes,
yeah?
That's what I'm saying. This one, I'm 2 for 2 so far. So this one, I said I'm going on loan because I know what he can do from what I've seen before.
Wait.
However, I need to see it.
Can I ask you something?
I want to return the watch.
So what are you doing? Are you questioning the signing? Are you questioning the quality of player? Like, what are you looking at here?
It's ever since he's arrived in England, a lot of managers haven't put faith into him until now. So now we're going to see him on a consistent level. So I'm asking.
I think that's valid, you know.
But he's like, look at the. Robin, I would so agree with Robin had he been at a better club under a better manager. He's at Everton. True. He's at Everton, guys.
I mean, you can still play well, though.
AD, name me Everton's midfield.
No, the midfield's actually quite good.
Shut up. I saw Iwobi there yesterday.
Doucouré, Andre Gomez.
Who is the starting 11 in that midfield? Because they have got some hot shockers in there.
I think the midfield's actually decent, you know. Alan,
Lola said Robin Hay.
Not me. You cannot say that, Lola. I spent almost 3 years asking, where is Donny van de Beek? And everyone can test it.
So now that you've received it, why is it 3 games in? You're already questioning him.
No, I said that's why I said it's on loan. I said I'm watching him. I'm not watching him because I think there's not going to be bad. I think
how your thighs, them splinters are tight. Like,
I need to watch him.
Hey, Robin.
I need to watch him.
That's harsh, man. That's harsh.
Listen. Robin's got. Here's the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is this: Robin's going to take that watch back. It's fine. He will take it back. He's not going to fail.
I need to see.
I can't believe it. Okay, if you at least say to me, like, Lampard or something, like Everton. You're gonna go to Everton.
He's playing for a poor team. He's actually played well. He's actually played well. Like I don't get it. Like all of their signings, like Dele Alli's done nothing so far. It's just
Oscar. By the way, guys, did you know Dele Alli cost them 40 million quid?
Bro, I thought it was a loan until like last week.
40 million quid.
Yeah. That's
a club who didn't have a pot to piss in last year.
Peter, what have I told you about Everton? If you've got an underperforming Premier League name, give him to Everton. They'll give you 40 million for him. They will.
Oh my God.
Without fail.
You would think they learned from the Iwobi and the class.
I've only loaned it. It's heavy on my heart because I actually like
it's not that heavy, you know.
It's not that heavy.
for you to utter it out of your mouth.
To do it after 3 games, it's not that heavy, bro. You was waiting.
He's had a 9 out of 10 already.
What's the loan? It is.
He's had 3 games. One of them.
Listen, Robin.
A match.
Do me a favor, Robin. Can we? I will ask you for a transfer of that watch to move elsewhere at some stage because he's coming off that watch quickly.
Like I said,
you're taking it.
Okay.
Giving it back.
Guys, we need to move on swiftly.
Okay.
My next, hold on, Pete. But before you go, you just mentioned Watford winning, and you were very, very complimentary of Roy Hodgson. And then when you moved on to the Everton game, the first thing you said was Frank Lampard. Now, I want to ask why you didn't at all even mention or utter anything about the fact that Aston Villa lost at home to Watford, or the fact that Aston Villa have had 1 win in 5 under a certain Steven Gerrard. Why was his name not uttered?
Let me utter it. Steven Gerrard is doing a poor job at this moment in time.
Let's move on.
1 win in 5? I'm sorry.
That's what I wanted.
Aston Villa, let me tell you something right now. Aston Villa are only 5 points ahead of Newcastle.
Don't worry.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I bring it to you? From 11th place, Leicester City. From Leicester City in 11th place, those bottom 9 teams are in the relegation battle. Let me tell you that right now.
What, Leicester?
The lot.
No, leave off, Peter, man.
Go
leave
for
off.
it. Okay, I dare you to open
talking cobblers now.
I dare you to open your app. You will understand what I'm saying.
Let's
I said it about Brentford a couple of weeks ago, and people were like, "Nah, Brentford, you're all right." Listen, then people started realizing, "Right, Brentford have played like every game. They played like all the games." Okay,
bro.
So
Bro, Leicester could be on 12 points right now. I'd back them to get that.
Unless they fire.
Says,
Unless they fire
Villa,
Brendan.
LOL, Martinez with fans, net another goal in. The agenda will continue. Tenzin says, Oscar, there's a difference between not winning and no chance of winning. Aston Villa are still playing well. What? Were they playing well when they got
You can't lose
Newcastle
at home
last
to
week?
Watford. You can't lose
You're
at home
losing
to
at home
Watford.
to Watford.
Listen,
They're playing well.
people like Rafa Benitez 8-5 against Watford. He couldn't keep his job. People like
talking about?
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer 8-4 at Watford. Couldn't keep his job. There's no
What are
way
you
you
talking
can.
about?
Out here giving out meals. What?
Clinton, what are we
What do you mean
talking
Ben
about
Foster's
here?
got a clean sheet? Ben Foster's got
What
a
are we
clean
talking
sheet.
about? You signed Coutinho. You're losing at home to Watford.
No goals. You got Ings and Watkins in your team. No goals.
You're not scoring.
Against this lot, against
Stop
this
it,
Watford
man.
side,
Stop
who
it.
can't keep a clean sheet to save their life.
For the Liverpool job.
Sorry,
It's the audition for the Liverpool job.
that's exactly what it is.
Gerrard did it the right way, you know. He went to the lower leagues and then managed the best team in Scotland.
Oscar, he won the league title. Oscar, give off. Oscar, give off. We can't go Lampard.
He went to the biggest club in Scotland and man acted like he went to Division 3. Get out of here, man. Get out of
Oscar,
here.
he won the league title.
He came.
I heard that.
Guys,
He won the league title.
Actually, no. Oscar, how dare you? He was doing under 18s
Do you know
with
what
Robert
he's
Duncan.
So weren't we all doing under 18?
Lampard
What is
wasn't.
this?
No,
Lampard
What is
wasn't.
this?
Lampard just walked to Derby and thought
He
he
went
could
to
get
Ashley
them up.
Cole
He
did that.
couldn't.
Look.
Oh, by the way, let me ask you a question, Oscar. By the way, after the Southampton game, did anybody hear about Lampard and Ashley Cole driving home and not going back on the coach?
No. Well, they probably want to talk about the game, innit?
Southampton to Everton, Southampton to Liverpool. Do you know how much of a haul that is?
Fraud Pod and Slippy G living off that English privilege, absolute bums. Ollie's better than both.
Slippy
Right.
G has Ollie's better than both. How dare they? Wait, who did that?
We can't take time to deliberate over.
One of
Abdi.
them's
No,
got a
we
Scottish
have
League
to move on.
title.
We have
Not
to
even
move
coming
on.
to 3 hours,
We have
fam.
to move on. We have
So
to
we-
move
Has the
on.
Scottish League title without it being Celtic.
On
No, we need to ban people like this, though. We have to put some sort of a ban.
Yeah, come on.
We have to put a ban, though, is what I'm saying. That's what
Come
I'm
on.
saying. We need to
Come
give them some.
Here's
thing.
the guy
Those-
on that team.
those-
Yeah,
those
he's
are
the guy
the
on the
games.
team that continuously argues with the referee. Your
He
captain's
continues
saying,
to
"Come
argue.
on,
What do you mean he continues?
Come
Relax,
on,
man.
come on.
Relax. A comment was
Come on.
just said. I've just responded
I know.
to it.
Let's go. Let's
Anyway.
get all back. Let's go.
All right, sir. All right.
Come on.
Flipping hell. I said
Let
the
me
games are
talk.
done.
Let me talk.
I can't do it.
The game, what's it called? The games are done. Let's get to
Alright,
player of the week.
This team of the week.
Team of the okay, team of the week.
I believe it should
Burnley.
be Spurs.
Ooh, Spurs.
I
Burnley.
give it Burnley, man. I give it Burnley.
Clean sheet away from home.
You man,
Relegation fodder.
you man, a bad man.
SW6, you know, blood. I'm ready. You're not gonna
Workhorse.
take it long, guys.
Bruv, David hasn't spoken all show.
Yeah,
Even for the Arsenal, he hasn't even
Let's keep it
spoken.
moving. Let's keep it moving. Team of the week, I think Burnley. Adrian,
I'm
what
going
you say?
Burnley.
What?
That's a Spurs.
Spurs.
So that's 2-2. David.
Oh, you meant to be serious? I
Yeah,
thought-
I'm in there.
You just didn't want to give it to. You just didn't want to give it to them. That's why.
I think it's Burnley. Burnley a team of the week. Let's go.
He gets into fights on the night
I think-
out. Listen,
I think-
don't press me, fam. You get me?
I think Peter is sorry, not Peter. Player of the week is definitely Harry Kane.
Class A. You know the rest.
Class A, you know the rest, blood.
But he had me
I-
sliding all over.
I want to give
the
it to Paul Pogba.
Hey, this
I'm
guy's on a.
I'm giving it to Paul Pogba. You guys can vote.
I said
Peter.
doesn't want to give it to Spurs.
Harry Kane.
I'm
Harry Kane.
serious.
Hey, guys, this
It's a democracy. It's a democracy.
Let's
I'm
play it.
going for Paul Pogba.
Yeah, you're flipping spoiling your ballot.
Here, Lord, my vote is. I cast my votes to Paul Nabil Pogba. Okay, go on. The rest of you guys, I'm waiting.
It's Harry Kane.
Oscar, David, and Adrian. Do you not want to say a player, or are we just going to sit here and?
Yeah.
I said Harry Kane like 4 times.
Harry Kane. I thought one without saying, to be fair. Like,
Okay,
Harry
Harry Kane
Kane.
is the player of the week. Okay, what's next? The goal of the week.
I want to go abroad again because I can't lie. I jumped out when Kylian Mbappe scored that goal against Real Madrid. That was a banger. He was not allowed to score that goal in the Champions League.
Yeah. It was. I don't know. It wasn't that special. Like I thought it was a good goal. I expected it from him, that kind of finish. You know the ones. That's just how I felt. By the way, PSG losing 3-1 away to Nantes.
Clown.
Oh yeah, that was mad.
What about? I mean,
Red.
Luis Diaz's goal was very good.
Red.
Joe
for me-
Joe Willock.
For me, it's
I thought-
Podence.
with a flick.
Podence
I
is one
thought
of the
Smith's
weak
roll one was good.
Oh, the mill. How can I forget?
Oh, Saka, bro.
Bukayo Saka as well.
That was
This is
a
going to be a
lot.
hard vote. It's a lot of goals.
Man, Peter and David, like you're mentioning Smith Rowe, you're mentioning Saka. Don't moments like that excite you about this Arsenal side. No.
Listen. I love a match day. Okay,
As
when
I
I go to
said.
the match day, I am pumped, gassed. I'm
As I
ready for
told-
Wolves on Thursday. I'm ready for it.
As I told you, I don't like the manager, bro.
But I got over it. I got over it.
I think he's doing what he can, personally.
No, don't give him
Alright,
anything.
guys.
But I just got over it. That's what I'm saying.
What we're
My
not gonna
goal of the
do
week is Emil
talk
Smith Rowe. Let's go.
Red.
Who?
Red.
Why are you guys lying, bro? Podence, bro.
Oscar says Podence.
I'll be honest, I haven't seen it. I'm going ESR.
Oh, two votes for
Emil
ESR.
Death Row.
Oh,
cuz, let's
Death
go,
Row is the
cuz,
player.
let's go.
Oscar Emil Death Row is the goal of the
I'm not gonna lie. I actually thought Saka's goal was better than him.
Yeah, I know you
No,
came off the posting in,
A
but
lot of good goals this week. A lot of good goals.
Saka's
Oh,
goal was clear of
It was
ESR.
a
But yeah,
platform.
I mean, big up ESR.
yeah.
Like had some decent, interplay. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
shut up.
He's getting busy.
Who's not that guy?
The first one, it's an absolute howler of a compilation. Oscar, if you can
Okay.
pop that, can you pop that on the screen for me, please?
Yeah, sure,
please?
mate. Anything you want. Anything.
Can we please, ladies and gentlemen? I've never seen such things.
You know what, man? Just to stop you, but this should be like a feature. Like you collaborate with Oscar, and then you get the Wikipedia, bang. You know what I mean?
No. We need to see
Oh,
This
women's
is lovely.
football.
this
Oh.
lovely lady scored the perfect hat tricks of own goals. I don't know what she was doing. The third one, I think is that the third one?
Yeah, that last one was the third
The
one.
absolute worst. Michaela Moore. You're not that girl, bruv. Sort it out, bruv. Sort it out.
No, she was on for a bet.
Thank
Nah,
you.
look at
Thank
it.
you.
They're all really accidental. I don't think
No,
you can
it's a
plan
bet.
this.
No.
It's a
I don't
bet.
think you can plan
Absolutely
this.
shocking.
Of
Now,
course.
Oscar, before you go to the next one, yeah.
She's moving like Oscar Gutierrez, bro.
Let me just give you not that guy this week. This is international. This gentleman is a American personality, businessman, former football player, I mean. Born the 5th of December 1991. So he's 30, bro. And he's on The Bachelor and he decided to have a howler. He's taking a free throw. So NBA All-Star game, the celebrity thing, it's a mixture of female and males in it. And all in between, or LGBTQ plus. I know them man are involved. Man tried dapper. Just show it, bro. Oscar, please, next one. He forgot there was females on the team, bro.
Oh, what's that? What tap? Oh,
Like, he knew he messed up as well, man.
oh my god!
You can see it in his face, isn't it?
It's the face change. The face change.
I, Matt James, yeah. You're that guy, bruv. Sort it out, bruv.
Feel for the geezer.
Hey,
Absolute joke.
on this topic, yeah. On this topic, did you see Macy Grace? Did you see her rendition of America the Beautiful? Was it America the Beautiful or the national anthem? It was one of the two.
Yeah, it was a national whatever, bro.
Oh my god, Macy Grace.
I could not believe it.
Bro, it was a howler. Let me tell you, Macy Grace singing. LeBron James could barely hold it in. He was about to burst out laughing. Oscar, when you watch it, let me tell you right now, Macy Gray always looked high, but this was something else.
She tried to say, fine, she choked.
Choking on that stuff. Oh God, that was so funny.
That's not. Luckily for football this week, there was no howlers.
By the way, no. Oh, David,
there?
What's
there?
Can we
Tell me.
Can we go to the Mestalla, where a certain striker scored a hat trick for Barcelona, ladies and gentlemen, a hat trick. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is the first man to score a hat trick in England, in Spain, in Germany, and in La France. And then he scored a hat trick against the Mestalla. His last 2 visits to the Mestalla, by the way, hat trick for Arsenal, hat trick for Barcelona. Now,
he's like Carlo.
Now, stats out of the way. Did you see the goal that they gave him for his hat trick? Pedri has the ball outside the D, bangs it. It's a ping. He pings it. Guess what? Aubameyang ducks. The ball grazes his back. Goes into the back of the net. After the 90 minutes, they gave the goal to Aubameyang for the hat trick. Farcical behavior.
Can I ask
After
a
90
question?
minutes.
Score Barcelona's tie in the Champions League because I know they lost, right?
What's Barcelona's tie? Champions League.
That's the Champions League. My bad. Europa.
Yeah.
They drew 1-0 with Napoli. They drew 1-0 with Napoli.
Good game.
So why was Ferran Torres crying?
Because he knows what he's left at Man City to come to this pile of crap.
Yeah, that's
Wait, does he get a league medal?
Not if Liverpool win the league.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, to be fair, it doesn't matter, does it? Yeah, so,
I think Napoli could go through this week, but I also think Aubameyang could be the reason why they win the Europa League. But hopefully West Ham do it.
Abdi's saying there's a Fred masterclass coming against Atletico. Are you guys at the one day tomorrow or Wednesday?
Well, we're in Madrid on Wednesday. Yeah, the Wanda.
Hey, if you don't win, it's a bit. You're letting down English clubs if you don't win there. Yeah.
Trust me, bud.
It's hard to win. No, it's not for everyone. It's hard.
When did Arsenal play?
Yeah, the final.
Semi-final.
When they moved? I thought that was before they moved.
It was like the Wanda.
Oscar, the final of the Champions League was that year. The final was that year at the Wanda.
Yep.
You lot are trash.
Oh, sorry for losing to Atletico Madrid.
Hey, man, Liverpool went there.
They had Griezmann then. They still had Griezmann.
Chelsea went there, won. You know what I mean?
They still had Griezmann and Diego Costa.
Wait, what is Griezmann's back there now? Where's
now he's back there again. But we
haven't seen him all season. Where's he been?
I don't think he's playing. I think he's injured.
What year was that? What year was that?
18.
I swear we faced them that same season.
Well, we faced them in the Europa League in 2018, so you
17,
probably faced them.
17, 18 or 18, 19?
No, 17, 18.
Never mind. I've confused myself.
You might play them in the group stage and they finished third.
Barcelona are a farce. I can't believe they bought Griezmann. Anyway, we'll move on.
Hey, bro, Adama's hooping out there, though.
Have I been speaking Swahili for the past 2 years? Football's a simple game. He's quicker, he's stronger, and he's got a decent cross.
I argue.
He showed people out there he's from La Masia. He's showing them. He said, I haven't forgotten my roots.
Adama's the perfect example of a player who, if he came to Chelsea, man, they would tell me, oh, he's not good enough, man. He's a dead baller. You don't need to sell him. It's like, bruh, give a little coaching. Right.
Yeah. Anyway.
Boss how could I forget Batshuayi's winner at the Wanda?
Where is he?
He's on loan at Besiktas.
Holy smokes. I forget he existed.
He's not even winning the league out there.
Bro, he's
Well, Peter, you've been keeping up to tabs with him.
Listen, come on.
Peter pretends to watch every league in Europe.
Wow. I pretend to do so. I don't watch every league in Europe. How about that? All I know is that Trabzonspor are top of the league, top of the Superliga. That's what I know.
PSG was 3-1 to
Nantes, which is possible. But it's Pochettino, so I'm not surprised. It's Pochettino, so I'm not surprised. Anyway, that people wraps up this week's Top of Podcast. Obviously, Manchester United are away at Atleti.
Elite was like elite.
Yeah, all right then.
Him and Origi, they're the same person.
Yeah. Chelsea, of course. Any big Champions League games to watch out for this week? Anyone big? What's going on?
Not big, really. Chelsea got Lille, Atletico United.
That's the big one.
Who else is playing?
Juventus, Villarreal.
You know what? I was gonna say Barcelona.
Benfica, which will be a tasty game. That'll be Ajax Benfica.
Obviously,
Oh,
Anderlecht.
juicy.
Wait, you don't have Wolves on Thursday? Is that on TV?
Yes, I literally
Yes,
said
it
that. It's on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime.
Amazon
It's
Prime.
not on TV then.
But there's bare Premier League games this week as well. Like Liverpool are playing. Liverpool
I know
playing
everyone likes
Leeds
it,
on
but
Wednesday. Liverpool are playing Leeds on Wednesday, and it's not on TV. Howler.
Yeah,
I think it's everyone's catch-up games, I believe, or the start of.
What did,
Yeah.
what did these people want us fans to do? Climb what? Parachute into the stadium, or what?
Boss like Endo, I think we'll draw on Thursday to Wolves, in my honest opinion.
As long as you don't lose, I'll take it.
And then Friday, obviously the League Cup, the League Cup final, Chelsea Liverpool. What thoughts?
I told you I don't think we're winning this.
I think Chelsea do win it.
I think Liverpool do it still. Oh, honestly, it's this boss like Endo is a farce. 8:15. Do you know
That's another Champions League night.
Do you know what time I'm getting home?
Do you know why it's ridiculous?
It's a friggin' farce.
Peter's complaining, living in London.
Bro, you know my thoughts. I couldn't believe Newcastle fans had to schlep up to East London for a 12:30 kickoff. And by the way, good showing. The cat suits, the friggin' Cats Lives Matter, the meowing, hilarious stuff. Absolutely hilarious.
Peter. The police.
At least they can take the train back. Liverpool? What train are they?
The train. Yeah, there's no train.
And the police had the audacity to stop Newcastle, to search Newcastle fans for drugs. When there's a storm outside, they left before dawn, before the crack of dawn, and you expect them to be sober and in the right state of mind.
Nah, football fans are treated like sluts. Let me tell you, and we eat it every single week,
like trollops.
I mean, Burnley Spurs. You know that game that got cancelled because of the snow? It's at 7:30 tomorrow.
Is Harry Kane's mate gonna come down from Dallas?
Harry Kane is a tool. What?
Nah, that guy, he deserved. If anyone deserved to know that guy, he deserved it that week. That was scumbaggery.
You can buy your £2,000 plane ticket. Don't worry, I'll give you guys £60.
The thing is, the tweet said, "I've been supporting Spurs for over 20 years. I flew to London for this one game, and the game was cancelled." Oh, he said, "When you're back, that could be another 20 years."
Why did he reply? Why did Harry Kane even reply?
He said, "When you're back, I'll give you a ticket."
But guys, he swore his daughter's life when Ericsson clearly scored the goal. But
Harry,
honestly,
you know
what, Peter?
Yes,
Harry Kane down in tools this season. It's not surprising at all. He's a scumbag.
He is.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I was backing him at the beginning, but he's a nasty guy. Man.
He's absolute swine.
Denton said, "I heard Class A is an issue amongst football fans at Talk Sports. I guess. Is it true and widespread?" I have to say,
O'Hara's on the stuff, definitely.
I used to see it a lot. I can't lie. This year I've been at Chelsea a lot of games. I don't really see that kind of stuff.
Bro, we had to escort a woman out on the weekend because she was coked up. It's freaking farcical.
I don't see it.
She couldn't even. The thing is, she couldn't even walk. Yeah, she couldn't even walk. She was just there like slurring. And then we find out there's a freaking ounce of Charlie all over her nose. Get the heck out!
Ounce of Charlie.
Get the hell out of the stadium.
Is that lifetime ban?
I don't know what it is. The thing is, you know how much money she spent? Do you know how much money she spent for her day? Because she booked out a restaurant, full meal, everything. It's like 20 grand. You know when you got 20 grand to watch Arsenal Brentford in such hospitality, you have got money to blow. That is when you say, I don't know what to do with this money.
20 grand for a game?
23,000, bro. What? It's a farce. It's an absolute farce. But anyway, these Wolverhampton fans are going to be traveling to...
like half of Congo's wages.
Traveling to half of who?
The Congo.
Oh God, I thought you said Congo. Flip it.
Yeah, I thought you said Congo. Guys,
let's wrap it up anyway. I'm just trying to see if there's any Premier League games that are worthy when we come back next week. Everton at home to Man City, Manchester United at home to Watford, Leeds Spurs at 12:30. Spurs fans going to Ellen Road at 12:30.
When is Everton at home to City?
What day is that?
5:30 Saturday. 5:30 on
Oh,
Saturday.
Lampard, do me a solid.
Oscar, not bother watching that game.
Oscar,
Lampard,
Everton are gonna hold
do me
a
a
bag
solid.
And
after their defeat against Spurs. Oh my God!
And
If
Arsenal-
you're
Hey, man,
Everton,
hey.
the candy ass whooping of the
There's one
centre.
thing I've learned in life, man. Don't super frankly Lampard. Trust me.
Okay, we'll see. We'll be back next week, people, when Liverpool have lifted the trophy, when Arsenal are in the top 4. We'll be back next week. So catch us then every Monday, 8 p.m. You don't know.
Hendo Shuffle.